been to so many places lately. What do you say we take a day off from adventuring and just find somewhere nice to relax? Let Paimon think. Where are some nice places we could go? Oh, why don't we pay Cloud Retainer a visit at Mount Aocang? It's been a while since we last saw that illuminated bird. She's always the one popping up out of nowhere and scaring us half to death. So let's surprise her this time.
Sure, Paimon. Let's do that.
Okay, this is gonna be pretty hype. But yeah, hello there everyone, and welcome. I hope your days are going absolutely amazing wherever you are in the world. And like I said earlier, today, Cloud Retainer's Quest, we're gonna learn about her. Because so far, really all we know about her is that she's this really fun...
She's a bird and a mom.
She's a mom and an inventor.
That's true.
We've learned a lot about that kind of stuff over the last few years, but this is like our first deep dive into just her.
Well, technically there was the music event as well.
There, yeah, we did get a bit about her from that.
Here we are, right outside
It is suddenly
the place.
daytime. That is upside down.
Did you just try to open a water bottle upside down?
Of course not.
Do you still remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and
I don't
everything.
have a water bottle.
Strange times.
And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squash Liyue Harbor.
Keep going.
Paimon thought she'd be impossible to get along with. But now that we've spent some more time together, she's really not like that at all.
Well, I mean, to be fair, if they did assassinate Rex Lapis, annihilating Liyue is definitely something she would have done.
We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that.
Wait, what do you mean by you have snacks somewhere?
You stored some around here last time?
Or is it on you? Is it on your person? Like somewhere I've got something in my
What
secret
pockets do you have?
All of the secret pockets.
Traveler, did something catch your eye?
Wow, it's...
Whoa, what a pretty lady.
That
Is
fox!
she also here to visit Cloud Retainer?
Seems like she could also be a powerful adeptus.
Yeah, you're right. All it takes is one look and you can tell she's someone special. As expected of that bird lady, really. She must have a whole bunch of adepti friends from all over the country.
I like that the Traveler actually has no idea who this is, because canonically, we saw the flashback. He only heard the story. So,
Okay, but
Bayonetta.
if we're
Bayonetta.
both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello?
Who knew you were such a social butterfly, Paimon?
Helping you make more connections is a part of Paimon's job as your reliable guide. Paimon's got this.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Leave it in your...
Capable,
Hands?
tiny hands.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
She's like, what the freak are they talking about?
Just say everything in a nice, even tone.
Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two...
Smooth.
What is this tomfoolery? Has the shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Well,
Yeah.
with that tone of voice, I would know instantly.
You're...
Yeah.
Cloud Retainer?
Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
I'm pretty sure they can just change, can't they?
I think so. I don't think that's a new thing.
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So I'm assuming that's a fake vision she has, kind of like Venti's.
Oh, how does that work? I don't think the Adeptus need... Well, Ganyu is half... Wait, is Ganyu full or half?
I think she's... I know Yanfei is half. I think Ganyu may be also half.
So, for like,
Maybe.
someone like Cloud Retainer, do they need a vision? I have no idea.
I don't think they they wouldn't need one.
I don't think, but I've never thought about it, so maybe they do.
I have no idea.
So, you're indulging now because?
They have a model for her now, that's why.
Yeah. Well, they probably actually had it for a while, but, you know.
May not have been finished.
That's true.
Because, I mean, Kokomi changed like crazy before she, you know, officially got into the game.
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
Yeah.
You've flown into there plenty of times as a bird. I don't... Shh, but she has. She has. Don't shush the truth. She has, okay?
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples. Like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning. Or...
I almost forgot. You brought some gifts, right?
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all. Most commendable.
Thanks.
Isn't, especially in a lot of like Eastern cultures, isn't it like polite to always bring a gift, even if you know someone? I don't know how that works, actually.
In the West, we don't really do that.
Yeah, in the West, you just kind of show up, and
then
unless it's a party, then yes, you bring like one food item. Usually, everyone kind of combines, and then
Or if it's like a holiday, you can do something, I guess.
or like
but,
like a football party.
But if you're just appearing at someone's, like, window, you can be like, hey!
just slowly creep up. Hello there.
That's how I visit all my friends.
Oh yeah, I can vouch, Daniel. That's exactly what he does.
Yep.
I'm polite. I walk through the door at least.
You don't crawl out from underneath the bed?
Whoa!
Whoa,
no,
what?
No, usually not. I don't do that. I don't use my magic gremlin powers to
Dang.
teleport under people's beds. Nope, that's not what I do.
So much faster.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
So how many aspects of your original form do you keep into your human form, since she has, like, bird talons for fingernails? Or does she, like, aesthetically choose to keep those? Can they change how they look in their human forms? Or is it just, like, a direct translation to, like, how they look to that? Because technically Zhongli could have changed a different form, but in the past he kind of looks the way he does now, or does he just like that look?
No answer. I don't got a clue.
But then again, Zhongli doesn't have any, like, dragon-y look about him other than his eyes,
I'm trying to figure out, are you doing that thing where you ask a question just to make people think about it, or do you really want me to answer that? Because my real
Both,
answer...
honestly, because I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah, because my answer is I don't know, and I don't think there are rules, if we're being honest. I think it's whatever the author wants it to be. The writers want it to go.
Well, I know, but, like, in universe, I'm just curious.
In universe? No clue.
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else.
True enough.
So long as you've shown proper respect and consideration, the quantity or quality of the gift is but a trivial matter.
Yeah, it's like, just bring something nice, basically.
Well, as long as it's the intention behind it.
If you care, boom.
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts?
She said she was gonna go visit some disciples.
Right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again.
We haven't seen Shenhua in like... How long actually has that been?
It was a New Year's event, I know that.
I don't think it was last year's, though.
No, it was not the New Year. It was against the water serpent.
Yeah, no, that was when we fought that thing. So, was that 2 years ago? I think that was 2 years ago.
was it?
I think that was
Yeah,
2.
because then they, for the New Year's anniversary, we refought the boss.
Yeah. Because then last year, I don't think we did it at all.
And then last year, we didn't do it again. So
Yeah.
it must have been...
The year before that.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's been 2 years. That's surreal.
Odd. Which is really weird because I really thought she was going to be like a permanent companion of ours by how her story was going.
Shenhe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of like how it was going to be her going out and seeing the world, and then she didn't.
I mean, she has been doing that, just without us.
Except she's just been chilling out
Traveler
in
really
the way.
isn't... Like, Traveler is both the main character, but also is not the main character whatsoever. Because people definitely just kind of say they're going to do it, and then they go do it, and then they tell you about it the next time you see them. And you're just like, wow, I really wasn't there when that happened. And
That's fine, I guess.
I think that's actually very on brand for Genshin, considering Genshin is about you traveling the world, meeting people, and since they're not making anyone really permanent, of course they're gonna do things when
Which
you're
I
not
don't know
around.
how I still feel about. I would kind of like maybe someone else for us to, keep traveling with. and-
You want a permanent companion to join us other than Paimon.
Other than Paimon, yes. I
think that
Paimon.
would be kind of cool if Genshin maybe eventually introduces someone.
And
Who,
Dainsleif does not count. He does not count.
how dare you? You knew where I was going with that.
Yeah, I knew you were going there with that. The thing is, Dainsleif only pops up as like, hey, I'm here. Plot. Peace. And then he's gone.
Peace.
Until the end of the next arc. And then he's like, hey, I'm here again.
Actually, we haven't seen him for like
plot.
peace. Actually, the last time we saw him was with the whole Kaya thing, right? Like, it's been a
that was the
while.
last thing. Well, we haven't technically finished Fontaine yet. We haven't had our second boss.
Yeah, so I'm
So
assuming
then after
Dainsleif-
our second boss, then we'll get our Dainsleif bit, and then we move on to the next continent.
So yeah, I do hope we get
Or
someone who will
country.
travel with us eventually. I think that would be kind of cool.
I really thought they were doing that with Shenhe.
Maybe. You never know. They could go back to it. But if any, maybe we'll get something like that with the Fire Archon, because apparently the Fire Archon's one to look for us. But then they probably have responsibilities. I don't know.
Then we're just probably gonna fight, and it'll be a really cool boss battle, and then
I
we'll
don't know if we're gonna fight the Fire Archon. Honestly, they just are looking for us for reasons unknown. So
Then again, they teased us about fighting Aocang, and then we never did. And... Anyway.
did they?
Yeah, she said she wanted to cross blades with us.
Oh.
Remember in the teaser.
Right. It's okay now.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. No, it's totally cool. I'm good with it. I'm not. Give us a companion. Gosh darn it. Anyway, moving
However,
on.
one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
Not really.
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so?
Yeah, about sums it up.
If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yuehai Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Nice. Also, I keep seeing that battle thing in the background that I apparently have missed.
Battle?
That's great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Show me after this cutscene.
Oh, it just teleports me, which I would appreciate. Okay.
Wait, what battle thing?
Oh, and then there's a freaking archer thing over there, too.
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Aocang each
What a
year.
music artist.
Shenhe
Click it
has
after.
also secured employment recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future.
Oh, she found a job?
Did they think one was so easily mollified?
Wait, who did?
One shall investigate
Shenhe?
everything with one's own eyes and decide for oneself if their living conditions are satisfactory.
Uh-huh. So the worried mother's paying them a visit to see if they're actually doing well.
I'm sure Ganyu's doing decent, other than maybe losing out on sleep. An elegantly assembled mysterious mechanism. For some reason, it's hard to keep your eyes off of it. I mean, it's gold. It appears to be one of Cloud Retainer's new inventions, but it's hard to tell what it could be used for.
I'm gonna push the switch.
It's probably a music box. It looks like
No,
a music
no,
box.
no, no! Oh, whatever, that'll come into play later.
Maybe.
That thing up there.
That thing? The what? That little battle thing?
Yeah, the little battle thing is bothering me.
Right. Then do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do it. What? Why are you surprised by my response?
I don't know.
Daniel's complaining about the little thing that he hasn't done yet. Like, this little thing. Josh, do it then. What?
Well, I thought you would want me to move on. Sorry.
What? Oh, hello.
Oh, that's mildly annoying.
Hey,
Don't know if this is gonna break you in time.
now!
Now you shall perish!
Oh.
Wait, I didn't think they despawned, did they? What just? Wow, it's very satisfying to see those hydro orbs heal Neuvillette.
Abandoned
That's a lot of
property
health.
belongs to whoever finds it
is.
first.
It's very nice.
So,
Does it always take them back to 100%?
Basically, yeah.
That's very nice.
Which is nice if you want Neuvillette to be your tank.
Well, it's really cool because you can have him as your on-field guy. Excuse me. But then also not run a healer, technically.
Mm-hmm.
You could run, because, yeah, you actually aren't running a healer. Yeah, as long as Neuvillette's your one that's mostly out in the field, you don't have to worry
If
about
I know
it.
I'm going to get hit by something, I usually just switch the Neuvillette, tank the hit, and then just heal up.
Yeah, no, that's a really cool strat.
Mm-hmm. He's kind of this game's shieldless tank.
Yeah, I can see how that would be viewed that way.
While also being one of the best DPSs in the game.
Yeah, Neuvillette is really, I think Neuvillette is one of the better characters to get if you are a free-to-play person.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, you could easily say, like, things like, guys like Zhongli is really good. I would agree, Zhongli is really, really nice. And if you run Zhongli with Neuvillette, you also will see really good results. But Zhongli doesn't do a ton of damage, where you'll need a DPS character, which with Kaya and stuff, with a starter party, you will have that. But it just requires you to pull more 5 stars if you want that, like,
But Neuvillette just works really well on his own.
Yeah, because then, like, other characters who have a lot of DPS, for, like, someone starting out, characters like Hu Tao, I mean, a lot of DPS, but you're super squish, and
your stamina's super limited when you first start the game.
And if you don't have a shielder, which I don't think you get a shield, you have healers for free.
Technically, you can get, Noelle. Technically.
Yes, you could get Noelle. You could get Noelle as a new person. Her shield is is on a very long cooldown,
It's
though.
so long. Too long, if you ask me personally.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme. Because you really would want, like, Layla or Diona or something.
Layla would probably be your best bet.
Yeah, Diona being also a good one, too.
But Layla's shield is, I think, second only to Zhongli's.
I don't
Which is
know.
really
Back in
good.
the day, it was Diona, so maybe Layla nowadays.
That, and
I
it
don't know.
applies a shield to everyone if you're in co-op.
That's sick.
And it also, its range of
didn't know
applying
that.
a shield is massive.
Really? Layla can do that. That's really cool. No wonder
That's why
people...
she's really good. Well, that and it's ice, and ice is better than Geo.
Got it.
'Cause, you know, you can actually have reactions. Because this game is all about reactions.
We're almost at Weihai Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this?
She's probably seen her like this before.
Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
You have
Probably
to...
on some rooftop spying.
Yeah, I was about to say, you have to realize she's a mom visiting her daughters at their workplace. She must be stealthy as the night.
She's back there.
Oh, she's
well.
right there.
Right there.
Cloud Retainer?
I was expecting to turn around and see her, like, on top of a roof like Batman.
Yeah, that's
Looking over
what
the
I thought.
Whole
Yeah.
thing.
Quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
Cool.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time.
Aw.
One does not wish to trouble her. Conversing vicariously via you two shall suffice. Do remember to inquire as to her recent well-being. Again, do not mention one's presence here.
I'm gonna mention your presence here.
Daniel!
Fair enough, makes sense. Alright then, we'll just pass on your regards and...
Cloud Retainer?
Well, busted.
She is an adepti. Adeptus? Adeptuses? Adepti.
I think your first two were close. Sure. I'm not
See?
here. Just a tree.
Oh, busted.
Oh no, she gets to see her mom. Terrible.
Is that lady someone you know, Ms. Ganyu?
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Huixin, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit? I believe my schedule today is quite full. Although, perhaps I could move some work to later in the evening.
She knows her daughter way too well.
Yep. She does this anyway.
Yep.
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu. I'll make the necessary arrangements right away.
Thank you, Huixin.
Man, Liyue would collapse without Ganyu.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
Wow, that is a really sweet 3D model. I've never admired the feather things.
And her little Icarus boots.
Yeah, that is very cool.
Icarus? No. Who had the winged heels?
Are you thinking Hermes?
Hermes.
Icarus
That kinda-
also, I don't remember. What did Icarus look like in
Had the
mythology?
wax wings. and that
Oh,
kind of
that's
stuff.
the guy who flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
You are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this cloud retainer of whom you speak.
Yeah, of course.
One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
She knows your form, though.
And probably, I don't know, how adepti feel. I don't know.
She
like
can
that
sense you.
presence.
Huh?
You're just confusing your daughter. Stop.
Seems she's not buying it.
She saw right through her.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you to be able to recognize one so easily, especially after so many years of only seeing one's other form.
She looks totally bewildered. She's thinking, why wouldn't I recognize you? I used to see you every day. How bad do you think my memory is?
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your disciple.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
An apt observation.
of course. You both are awkward.
One was simply passing by while attending to some important business. One thought it would only be fitting to pay you a visit while in the area.
Uh-huh.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important. Oh.
Paimon!
Cloud Retainer's right. We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Paimon, has anyone ever told you that when you lie, you sound sort of like a robot? It's just like all the feeling and emotion is just like sad. Like I was going through here today to get grapes. Yes.
Very important.
I actually, by the way, what's impressive is I was gonna say strawberries. I like how you saw where somehow you knew where I was going with that. Just a different fruit.
Is grape a fruit?
I think a grape's a fruit. I've
I
always
don't think it's a vegetable.
No, it's definitely not a vegetable. Yeah, a grape has to be a fruit.
Unless you consider them more like blueberries.
What?
It's the kind of like,
No, blueberries are also a fruit.
oh yeah. I thought they were considered a berry.
Are berries not
Are
considered
berries
fruit?
I don't know.
Don't ask these questions. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, feel free to ask those questions all you want. Just do not expect me to have an actual
In the
answer.
comments below, can you tell us?
I'm pretty sure berries are fruit.
Are berries fruit?
Actually, here's an even this is totally, someone's getting so triggered by this conversation. They're like, just play the quest. I have some
I'm
important.
sorry, we have very important business.
important things to discuss here. You know, someone asked a long time ago, and I don't actually remember the answer to it. I think someone brought up the thing that somehow nuts to some people are considered. Was it fruit? Nuts are considered something that no one would think about. It's either fruit or veggies or something. And for some reason, because it's like the definition of something, I remember a really old video of ours. Some people got in a discussion between if a nut was or wasn't something. I think it was fruit. And I was really surprised because I had never thought about that, ever. And I still don't really know the answer to it because I think like people were going back and forth between a defined definition of something, and I think nut may or may not fall into it, like nuts in general. And it made people really, really passionate about this conversation.
It's a very important subject.
It's a very important subject, and if you want to know my opinion on it,
Let us know.
I don't have one. No, let us know. I don't have
wow.
one.
Wow.
I've always considered nuts, but now that Daniel brings up the whole berries thing, it brought it back to my mind. I was like, oh yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? I don't know. Berries are fruits to me. Don't ask me about nuts. I think they are nuts.
Or are they more like seeds?
I don't know, man. I genuinely do not know. I wish I had the answers. These are secrets to the universe that I just don't have.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
And now you've depressed your daughter.
Oh no.
One simply desired to see you and had no intention of interrupting your work. A quick conversation should suffice for today. A more involved reunion should wait until you find yourself less occupied.
She's never less occupied.
I understand. That should be fine.
No.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though Adepti blood flows through your veins, excessive exhaustion will still cause grave harm to your body.
Indeed.
It still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Aww.
She's blushing.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
It's embarrassing kid stories. We all have them.
We all have them.
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless, so one will refrain from going into each and every story. Why don't you continue your conversation? One shall simply stand by and listen.
No. Can you please keep talking? Ow.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we spoke. If you ever need anything, please just come find me at Liyue Pavilion.
Yeah, no, I'm still curious. Did you guys notice like a giant tsunami come this way like a few months ago? The world flooded.
Oh, you're talking about the whole Fontaine flooding thing.
Yeah, I'm still curious about that.
No, I think they're fine. I feel like...
Well, I know, but like if Fontaine flooded and it's like on a huge plateau, I'm just saying like if it was like above their mountains there, I'm just saying the whole world would have been like pretty underwater for a while. Like, I'm just curious, like, was it just like a pillar of water around Fontaine or like a bubble? Or the whole world just flooded and everyone else just was okay?
I feel like we would have heard about it if the whole world flooded.
Like, I feel like we would have heard about it if the whole world was flooded.
Yeah, no, so it's probably a magic pillar or something.
It's like a giant magic pillar of water, just like a big water spout, just...
Maybe. Like it's just a giant, like, what is the word for that? For a big
water
stream.
spout?
Yeah, spout is one of them.
Geyser?
Yes, geyser.
Yeah, but I feel like people would have, like, talked about it.
Yeah, no, so it's probably one giant geyser.
One giant geyser.
Or it could be the fact of
I will not be shushed.
You're not supposed to think about these things. Other than that plot hole, Fontaine's writing has been 10 out of 10, so I don't really care.
Well, yeah, I loved Fontaine. But and that was a really great scene as well, but at the same time, I can't help but thinking,
how did the world not flood?
How's everyone okay?
Daniel.
What? Shh. Oh, shh. Like I'm supposed to ignore the fact that everything in the world of Teyvat is actually on top of mountains because the actual world is flooded by Venti? Shh. Oh, shh. Uh-huh. Am I just supposed to forget that Venti flooded the entire bottom half of the world, drowning hundreds of people?
That was just a really bad day. That was an off day for him.
That was an off day for him? Yeah, I still remember that. Don't think I've forgotten, Genshin. I remember your first event.
Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer, but if you plan to continue appearing in this form, don't you think it'd be helpful to adopt a human name?
It'd be rather convenient when you only show up as this now.
A human name? Huh. You raise a valid point. Considering the sheer extent of one's renown, Cloud Retainer is surely too recognizable as a name.
Not really.
It depends. I think she is a big deal in Liyue. I think.
Well, I know, but does like the common person know?
I think so. A lot of people seem to know at the Adepti.
Not that you're not famous or anything, but that famous?
I think it's like honestly fine because even if someone like, if people start crowding around you, you can just fly away.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements.
Hey,
One
see,
would
Dale, this
hardly
is what
think
happens.
such a thing to be possible. Nevertheless, Ganyu's advice cannot be ignored. From this point on, when in public occasions, be sure to refer to one as Xianyun.
Xianyun.
You sure pulled that out of your pocket?
Xianyun?
Xianyun?
Ah, I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and rest with the moon. They were enlightened and wise, free and unfettered. The writer referenced Master's name to describe her carefree and spontaneous nature.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like only the most powerful of Adepti could rise with the clouds and rest with the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
I would say so.
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Tell me.
Well, I mean-
is that really what Paimon thought?
Well, I mean, we haven't really seen her do any of that.
I mean, but I always assumed, considering she was like one of the main Adepti.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly.
The shifting of your eyes tells me otherwise, Paimon.
It's totally what Paimon had in mind.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. The tales of her past can only be found in ancient texts.
Humility, let's go.
It is said that once, a long, long time ago, there was a severe drought in Liyue. Left with no choice, many people left their homes,
Again?
while others spent day and night praying to the Adepti.
Man, Liyue's got a rough history. They got floods, they got swamps, they got monsters. Man, they're constantly leaving their homes.
Yeah, drought. Right, that's pretty serious.
This is like the 15th time they've left their homes.
Although
Yeah.
I did not live through such tragedy, simply reading about it is enough to gain a visceral understanding of all the pain and desperation during that time.
Yet again, just another reminder of why I would never live in the world of Genshin Impact. I think the Genshin Impact world is awesome. But if I had the choice to live in a video game world, this one would not be one of them.
Well, then again, present day Genshin Impact world's pretty peaceful comparatively.
Comparatively. Sumeru's thing like just got over a year ago, and Fontaine just got over Noah's Ark kind of scenario.
True, but if you're like living in Mondstadt, you're pretty chilling.
I feel like the only problem I'd have with Mondstadt is the fact that you're chilling, but almost too chill and everything. Possibly.
You're too relaxed.
You're too relaxed because the rules and laws are very lax in Mondstadt. I feel
It's
like
fine. They got Batman.
they got Batman.
They're fine. They have justice.
Justice
Yeah.
in my fist. I mean sword. I mean what sword?
I mean, they have the Red Hawk.
The Red Hawk. That
Sorry.
would be his name, or something like that. Hawkman. That's actually a thing.
See, it's fine. It's fine for the laws to be lax. They got Batman.
They got Batman.
On top of the drought, a
Sorry, the Red
noxious
Hawk.
gas also began to spread through the land.
The
If
what?
not for Cloud Retainer's efforts, much of Liyue would be nothing more than a barren wasteland today.
See, Daniel, I told you. I don't want to live in this world. They got toxic gas, noxious gas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Present day.
Oh,
Until the whole world ends or something. I
The
don't know.
books had this to say about what happened. Upon arrival, the Adeptus borrowed the wind to retain the clouds. Immediately, the clouds
retainer,
gathered
yeah.
together, and abundant rain burst forth from the heavens. Drought and plague were both driven away, and the people were saved.
Wow. That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events. One did merely with one ought, and even if one had not interceded, the other Adepti would surely have stepped in to help.
Uh-huh.
Even so, you stopped an entire drought! Can you really control the weather like the book said? Oh, Paimon suddenly has a lot more respect for you. So it was Paimon's bad for calling you Illuminated Bird before. You're not too mad, are you?
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with us on our journey through the world. Why would one be offended by such a trivial matter?
you know what? I can get behind that.
Names can be
names are powerful in the sense, but I get what she's saying though. How she's pointing out, like the fact that Paimon was just like calling her illuminated bird and everything.
Nicknames.
Uh-huh.
That's a relief. In that case, Paimon will continue to call you whatever feels right in the moment.
There you go.
Bayonetta.
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And what, pray tell, of her monthly remuneration?
I'm assuming you mean like by pay.
I think so.
Moreover, does she find herself overly inundated with work? Is she allowed time off during Lantern Rite?
I'm hoping a little more time off normally as well.
Yeah.
That is a lot of questions.
And a lot
Fair
of big
enough.
words.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. I introduced Shenhe to her employer personally.
Oh no.
That's a bad sign considering your work ethic.
Wanmin
is
Restaurant's
great,
business has been booming
But almost
recently.
too great.
So, with Chef Mao being swamped with customers, and Shangling still off and out in search of new recipes, I introduced Shenhe to staff the restaurant.
Yeah, sure.
She works at the restaurant?
A Wan Ming. What you're thinking of.
I see. Most excellent indeed. One has had the pleasure of being introduced to that family. Shangling is kind and astute, while her father is loyal and reliable. One has no cause to believe that they will make Shenhe's work difficult.
Hey, you forgot Guoba. Guoba.
Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Victuals?
But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
Wow.
You may return to your work, Ganyu. One shall see to this matter on one's own. There will be many an occasion to dine together in the future. One is certain the opportunity shall present itself most readily.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you then.
See you around, Ganyu!
You see, like, Ganyu has her horns, Cloud Retainer has her, like, bird talon claw things. What does Zhongli have?
Money. Or the lack of the money.
The god of money, he sure is broke half the time.
Well, it's exactly, because he can just make it. See, he's actually being responsible because he's not printing off currency. Because he doesn't want to, like, you know, kill the value of Mora. And don't you dare bring up the fact that it comes out of plants from the ground.
It
Don't
does
you
come out of
dare.
plants out
I
of the
don't
ground.
care.
Not
Don't
to
bring
mention
it up.
that people do use it and it does go away permanently. So the market is actually very quickly sinking
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
because the money is also magical.
Yes. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine.
So it actually wouldn't hurt to print a little more of it.
Quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and
Yep.
not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
And that is?
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
Okay, riddle talker.
She really seems to be playing up the whole mysterious adeptus thing right now. Is it because we just heard that cool story about her powers?
Probably. I'd be shocked if it's not.
Whee. Did you just fall?
No, I teleported.
You just fell out of the teleport.
Oh yeah, I teleported. You gotta,
I don't think it works like that.
you know, you don't have to worry about it.
You get what I'm saying, right?
What?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, huh?
I had a feeling. I
thought
had a
so.
feeling that was going there, yeah.
Look at the size of that meat. Holy crap.
Bro.
I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
You do it.
By the way, I've never understood that culture. Hear me out on this and everything. And I don't want to sound like I'm calling anyone
pickup
else.
artists?
No. Whenever, like, you and your friend, and I'm going to talk from the guy perspective here, but, like, you and your friend see a really cute girl, and then your friend asks you, or you ask your friend, go get her details, and then share them with me. I have never understood that. Because even if someone does go up to her and she consents to give you her information, that shouldn't be shared. I don't know.
Also, because I don't know how far you're gonna get with like, hey, like, who
Well,
are
it's
you?
also weird that you and your friend are possibly hitting on the same person and stuff. I've never understood this. Is that just me? Am I crazy?
I don't know.
Okay, let me know. For anyone who's dealt with that, like, let me know what you think about it.
I mean, it would be a bit weird to be like, hey, who are you? Oh, I got your number from my friend.
Okay, see?
Like,
Because that has happened. That has freaking happened to me. And it's like, I don't know. That's kind of weird.
you could have just
Could have just asked me. It's,
If I didn't want to, I would have said no, because now I'm gonna say no.
well, now I'm just gonna be like, it's awesome to meet you, and probably never text again.
And then I'm going to say
Block, depending on the situation, you could also block, admittedly. You could. Yeah, I don't know. But from the guy perspective, I've never got that, like, this is how you hit on girls or get their numbers. It's like, just walk up like a human being
and talk to them. Guys,
and
it's not
maybe,
that hard.
and maybe you get their number. Or maybe you'll just get it from being nice. That happens too.
Or they can also ask you yours. I don't know. It's happened.
It can happen. Daniel's like,
Have a normal conversation with women.
magic, miracles
for
can
women.
happen.
Just have a normal conversation with guys. I don't know. Just talk to each other, gosh darn it.
Talk to
It's
each
not that hard. It's really not.
Oh man, dating and what is that culture called? Like pickup culture, like
Pickup
you
culture.
said. It's so weird, man.
It's
so
just, don't do it.
just be social, be nice and friendly. It'll work itself out.
Just be nice. I don't know. Be yourself.
This has been dating
I
advice.
think you should. Wait, she's coming.
Also, I
Oh, no.
hope you guys are good with girls that deal with murderous, I forgot what it's
I
called.
don't remember what Shenhe has other than that she really likes eating herbs, medicinal herbs to be exact. I remember that part.
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be willing to...
Wait, what are you guys going for? You guys don't have phones. What? You asking
Mail,
for her
Daniel.
details?
Like, yeah, the details. You gotta know.
Man, what's your
Well, because people used to
mailing
write.
address?
Yeah, people used to write to each other. They would ask, literally, can I write to you? That was like a really big deal.
I know, but she's gonna say like, oh, I live in the mountains.
I don't have an address. I go wherever.
What's your number? I don't have one.
Don't have one.
What
Phones
would you
don't
like
exist.
to order?
Oh.
Oh,
okay,
hi.
What was that? What was that noise?
2 servings of more meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Wait, you gotta grab your.
You gotta
food.
pay. You
Oh.
gotta pay.
Okay.
Shenhe!
I guess
Yo.
I guess, hey, canonically they grabbed something and we're like, taking this to go. Here's the money.
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
That's why he hired her. She gets the customers.
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And this is?
You don't recognize her.
This is Miss Xianyun.
Well, I guess the adeptus would have a better time.
And she's
Discerning.
she's younger as well, I think, right?
Well, Ganyu is. I don't even know how old.
Ganyu's like, I want to say a couple 100 years old. Something like that,
Something
right?
like that.
Master?
Well,
Oh,
she
well,
got it.
there it is.
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before.
Got it.
How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
A presence?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
Aww.
You.
She's gonna cry.
Aw.
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's almost lunchtime. My apologies. I'm still on the clock and can't talk for very long.
Huh.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler in Paimon, are you here for Shenhe?
Yes.
The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So I've got things covered for now.
Oh, wow, wait. Is this the first time we've ever heard your voice? Or we heard you in the... I feel like we would have
We've
heard
him
you
in the past, I think.
Go
Okay.
ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Wow.
I know what you did.
You don't know what I did.
I totally know what you did.
No, you don't.
I know exactly what you did.
No, you don't. You know one thing?
I get that reference.
It was a book.
I think it was the sword thing, the one written by that one kid.
It is just as one expected. The owner of Wanmin Restaurant is indeed a most reasonable and accommodating human. Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far. I sometimes run into strange people, but I have figured out a way to deal with them.
Intimidation.
Yes.
Seems like you've been making progress. So by dealing with them...
Not killing Paimon.
No, she's not killing people or murdering.
First,
Maybe.
I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence.
There you go.
At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil conversation.
Yeah, see...
Works every time.
That's how you do
Please
it.
don't threaten people at your workplace. You will be fired and probably sued.
What if they were asking for it?
How should Paimon put this?
Well, you're not allowed to in the service industry to throw something at them. Unless
Are
they
we talking
physically
about-
attack you.
Are we talking about the throw the burrito situation?
I don't
Was that a burrito thrown situation? Okay, that is a reference. I wonder who people. I wonder who will get that. There we go. English.
Oh, a sensible plan. One is gladdened to see you integrate so well into human society.
I'm so proud of you for integrating the human society. You only just nearly kill people.
She's doing so good.
She's doing great. It is an improvement.
It is.
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Aocang has scarcely enjoyed your presence recently, one has hardly found the pleasure of one's own company to be lacking.
I don't know. You sound kind of lonely.
I see. Oh, just as expected of Master.
What she means to say is she actually misses the two of you a lot.
I have missed Master quite a bit too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
I love how she showed up because she was just dying to see them, and then she finds out, oh, you were coming to visit? I am wasn't lonely at all.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
You know, Gluttertainer, you may want to adopt another one.
Get another small child.
I think you're lonely.
This is like when the chicks leave the nest and mom and dad are like, what the frick do we do now? What the flip? Ah, another one. And hey, for anyone who's too old, adoption's always an option. You can always do that.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
how
By the
humans
way,
work. I mean, magical
Master,
creatures.
since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Yes.
Indeed. She is similarly preoccupied with her work. There was time only to exchange a few simple pleasantries.
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see.
This feels.
In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
This honestly feels almost like a Mother's Day kind of event.
Kind of.
The story quest, really. This is like exactly the whole point of Mother's Day is just like focus on your mom. Like, give your mom a call. They love you.
Call your mother.
Call your mother.
This is not a suggestion.
No,
This
there
is a demand.
Yes.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master? I believe this to be a good topic of conversation.
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter, please proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
You know what's kind of weird to me? Without the voice filter on Cloud Retainer, she also does have a very similar, not exact, but similar voice pattern to Bayonetta, actually.
Has she?
Sort of. Like, there's just bits and pieces to certain things she says that I'm like, I can hear that. It's very different. Bayonetta has a very distinct voice. Like, there's a lot of sass to it, so.
Master once
there's something
participated
there.
in a race against Mooncarver. After Mooncarver lost, he insisted that Master's ability to fly gave her a natural edge in such a contest. In response, Master agreed to forego flying in return for being able to use one of her devices in the race. Mooncarver accepted, only to find Master with a brand new device on the day of the contest.
Was that a jetpack, car, plane, cannon?
Huh. What kind of device was it?
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again? Oh, an electro-powered bicycle?
Are bicycles a thing in this world?
Apparently they are.
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical Thunder Flashmobile. One spent 49 days conceptualizing and crafting it. It need only be infused with adeptal energy, and it can cover thousands of miles in one day.
Can we have
Whoa!
that? Can we borrow that? Can we have?
Okay, bicyclical. Got it.
Oh, so is that a reference to Breath of the Wild's motorbike that you can get?
Maybe, possibly. I don't know, actually.
Oh, it boggles the mind.
That's the thing from
why
the DLC, right?
Mooncarver ever supposed he might best me
Yes.
in a contest of locomotion. Though he sprinted with all his might, he could barely keep up.
Yo, can we have that?
Alas,
One day.
the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch. Truly a most unfortunate turn of events. Anyway, do go on, Shenhe.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Oh.
Is that so? Huh. With you gone, one has seldom felt the desire to call upon those old fossils for another contest. What is a race without spectators, after all?
She just wanted to impress her baby.
Have you been lonely, Master?
Yes.
You're not supposed to say that, but yes.
At one's age, entire human generations come and go in the blink of an eye. Even one's own self-directed musings can span several days and nights.
Yes, she's lonely.
'Tis a most foreign sentiment. The mere mention of it is preposterous.
Mm-hmm.
What is the reason for that look upon your face?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth, and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again.
Paimon.
I was just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered by the people, while the other is the Master that I respect and adore.
Oh, wow, that was really nice.
One finds oneself exalted yet again with sweet words of praise and flattery of a most extravagant nature. You chose to exalt one with your words, yet you refuse to grace Mount Aocang with your presence for any extended period of time. One would almost question the sincerity of your estimations.
Uh-huh.
This is not to say that your words paint an inaccurate picture. One has always lived by a single ideal. Eschew all action and abide by no rule. One does as one pleases and speaks as one pleases. Others may critique or praise as they see fit, yet one places little weight in such judgments.
She got, like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And it's as if her ego is about to burst.
Yeah.
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
All right, good luck with the lunchtime rush, Shenhe.
Mm-hmm. I'll try my best.
Oh, of course she did.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
Oh, I'm suddenly very hungry. Can you eat this kind of food?
Well, if we're still playing this quest in the next half hour, how about we take a lunch break?
That's
Okay.
One is fond of all kinds of delicacies and delights in a multitude of flavors. The dishes here demonstrate no shortage of culinary skill. Their unique flavor profile has left one more than satisfied. In fact, one has been struck by quite the fit of inspiration. One has already begun to conceptualize the next generation of supreme cuisine machines.
That's a callback. For anyone who doesn't know,
So
that's a
tasty.
callback.
A bit too hot at times, but still super tasty.
It's spicy. Let's go.
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells so delightful. Can we really not eat here? My poor legs can't go on for much longer.
That's a new older lady model. They're using the younger model, but they've just added a few like lines here and there. I liked that.
Also, hate to be that guy.
Yeah?
But, Granny, I'm sorry, there's just no tables.
No tables. I mean, there's a chair right there. Can't you see it?
Well, I know, but
Also, that man's mustache!
quite elegant.
Whoa!
You could always check with some of the other guests and see if anyone's happy to share a table.
There you go.
Okay, I'll ask around.
Oh, they're joining us.
Let me guess, she'll recognize Cloud Retainer.
Look at that. Two
Excuse me.
seats.
Would you mind letting us share a table with you? There are no empty tables left, so...
Ooh, beautiful hair ornament.
Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys?
I don't mind either.
Great! Thanks so much. My name is Xianyun, and this is my granny, Yuendai.
Hello.
Granny? Yep. Is there something wrong with that? No, Paimon's just a bit surprised. She looks so young.
Okay, so they're going for a younger but older look. Got it.
Yeah, a lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks, but she's actually much older than she appears.
Oh, is she part adeptus?
Don't know.
She knows her. Yeah. Or maybe?
I'm assuming.
Granny? Why
Hello?
don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
'Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny? I can order for you.
I want braised earthworms. They always pop up out of the ground after a rainstorm.
Braised earthworms. What does it taste like?
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu.
What?
Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that?
See, that's what I'm wondering.
Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. I need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with Granny? Thanks, that's nice of you to offer. Granny has pretty bad dementia, so her memory's getting worse all the time. She's always saying things that sound kinda confusing. Actually, her memory's been bad ever since I was little. But it's gotten so bad lately that I even have to remind her who I am every morning.
This kid. Wow. You are a trooper. You are a brave trooper. I salute you.
What about your parents?
They died young. It's just me and Granny now.
Ah. Gotta.
Wow.
Any
miHoYo.
help?
miHoYo.
But it's okay. Don't feel bad.
Granny loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Sure, it's hard at times, but you just gotta make the best of the life you've got.
Yes, you do.
Sure enough.
Wow. You're really tough for your age, kid.
You're too kind.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're also very tough. Bro, this kid, if I was like an agent scouting, I'd be like, I don't care what, but you're hired. We'll figure out something.
For what?
I have no idea.
You're tough too, Granny. Plus, you're really gentle, and you're always there for me.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing again? Ah, I remember now. It was a dream. I had a dream where everything was dark. Someone was standing in front of me. She told me to come and find her, and that once I'd found her, I would be free.
Huh? That sounds super important. But how come you've never told me about it before?
So, Cloud Retainer, I'm assuming.
Could also be a dream.
It was just a dream, so I forgot about it. But I'm in a good mood now, and somehow I remembered it again. You know, I believe I've had this dream a great many times. But just how many times have I had it? Now that I do not remember.
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
That's nice that that can casually happen.
Are you sure?
Yet again, one more reason I
Who do
don't
you
want to live in
take me
Genshin
for?
Impact.
Is one not an adept? Am I not an expert?
Of course.
You're right.
Sounds like a
Paimon almost
delivery.
forgot you're the expert. In that case, do you still remember what the person in your dreams looked like, Granny?
Not anymore. Although, I have a sense that she looked rather like me. But not as I am now. My
What?
younger self.
Okay.
A younger version of Granny?
This is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
I mean, it's not that strange. But, I don't know.
As one said, fate must have brought us together. You may leave the situation to me.
Casually, okay.
What? I mean,
Are you sure? So, what are your names?
Paimon's Paimon.
and we're the
Just
traveler.
Xianyun is fine.
Thank you all so much for offering to help. But first, I'm sorry for asking, but, how do you want us to pay you back?
Oh, we don't need any payment for this.
We're just curious about your situation. Want to help if we can.
Thank you so much.
But I'm very curious. What are we helping with?
We're helping with the grandma's memory and dream.
I guess?
You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this granny?
Yeah.
All we have to go off is that dream. Where do we start?
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace the steps of her youth. Once we have revisited those places, her memories will likely return.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Probably some of the new places.
Why, of course I do. The heavens above, the earth below, the wispy clouds, and the emerald mountain streams.
Okay, taking that as a no.
I might have an idea.
A new area.
Once, when I was really little, my dad told me that Granny used to be a martial artist heroine who saved loads of people from a disaster.
Cool.
If it's true, Then maybe they wrote about it in the history books or something.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shincho knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone knows about the heroes of the past, it's him. Let's go find him at the Xianyun Commerce Guild.
Sure.
Are you leaving already? But I'm still hungry.
Yeah, there is a lot of food uneaten.
I'll go order some food, Granny. If there's nothing on the menu you especially want, I'll just get a few different things.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Xianyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madame Ping!
Precisely. Let us meet at Yujing Terrace once you are ready.
Always wanted to try this place.
Well, hello.
Where are you going, Granny? Don't you like the food?
Fresh milk. I need to buy you some fresh milk.
Milk? Why?
You need to drink milk before eating, or the spicy food will make you cry. Hush, little one. Don't cry.
Granny, you're forgetting things again. I'm not a little baby anymore. I can eat spicy food now. Even the super spicy dishes, like their fish stew. I can eat 2 whole bowls, no problem.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Daniel.
Oh, wonderful. My darling granddaughter is all grown up.
Yes, that's awesome. Do we need to grab food before this next story beat?
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
It's gonna take a second to whip up food.
It's fine.
We can take a break now. I can have something ready in like 10 minutes. You sure? Yeah, you're not sure how to answer that. I'm gonna go get us some food. Okay, guys, we'll be back after a quick little snack break. And we are back. And look at this.
It's very pretty. Sorry, I collected my daily reward.
Do it. No, that's fine.
Cinder, please do not hit the stop recording button.
The cat is on the PC right now.
Please don't.
She's right by the button. If she clicks that plus button,
please don't.
Everything is gonna.
Baby girl. Hey, look at this.
She's like, you remember that one time you didn't give me pets when I wanted pets? What is it, like, do you plan on giving me more treats? Do you? Because if not, I'm gonna press it.
She's in hunting mode now.
Yeah, no, Daniel's now triggered her. Thanks, Daniel. So when she comes flying in out of screen,
The people would adore
hey, she'll be the
so
one
much.
tackling me.
I don't know, man. She could miss. She could miss and then hit me. I know it would be like just, oh no. Friendly fire. A casualty of fluffiness. Cat. Speaking of cat, what?
Why can I not pet the cat?
Why
can stand on the cat?
Well, it's like been 3 years. Why can we not pet the cats and the dogs and everything?
Cinder, baby, please don't mess with that either.
That's fine. Just let her do her thing. Unless she knocks those speakers off the PC.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Just don't click anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I wish we had a camera on this so you guys would know what we were seeing. But yeah, sadly. Okay, Dan, we're just gonna have to ignore it. Just.
Okay, well, anything she does, I'll just ignore now.
Yep.
Hello, sword boy.
Huh. It's you two. What brings you here?
A lot of things, actually.
Genuinely, I'm not sure.
Shincho! Great, we found you! We wanted to ask you about something.
We wanted to know about the older woman.
Yeah, I know, but
artist.
I'm not really sure actually how this all kicked off.
We're helping an older woman, Daniel.
I guess. I don't. All right.
That's not a whole lot of information to go off of. I don't know if I can say for sure.
Anything is helpful and appreciated.
I can't pinpoint her identity from your description alone. But considering her age, I am reminded of a nameless heroine who's been featured in various chivalric novels.
Probably that one.
What?
It's either that or it's her twin sister or something like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
Nameless heroine?
That's right. The novels often speak of a great drought from 50 years ago. As the people suffered, a nameless heroine appeared and began to clear away evil spirits and bandit camps. The people idolized her, but never learned her name.
So she is part adeptus.
All they knew was that she always acted alone. Later, though, she supposedly fell in love with a similarly noble-minded exorcist from Mount Tianheng. They were well matched in more ways than one, often fighting together as a fearsome duo of otherworldly strength.
That makes sense how she's a grandkid.
Yeah.
After the drought ended, the heroine and the exorcist left the public eye and began living a reclusive life in the mountains. All that remained were tales of her incredible accomplishments. The way this nameless heroine faded from fame into obscurity later in life is not too dissimilar from Miss Yuendai. I hope that's somewhat helpful.
Sure.
Xingqiu. We knew it'd be worth talking to you.
So, her grandpa was an exorcist. Do you think we have any connection to Xianyun?
Probably.
Huh.
It's nothing at all. Just something I came across while reading. I did do a bit of extra research on her story, but it was just out of personal curiosity.
She does sound like she was cool.
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super cool. Oh, wait, Xingqiu, if you've read up on her, do you know of any places often associated with her?
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine always appeared near one of 3 places. Wangshu Inn, the area just north of Jueyun Karst, and Qingyun Peak. Perhaps the real-life heroine who inspired the character was also often seen near those 3 places. That would explain why those locations appear in the various novels written about her.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome. To be honest, I found some parts of the story confusing when I first came across it. If Miss Yuendai was indeed the original inspiration for the character, she may just be able to help me put the pieces together.
Are we still underneath the assumption she's a normal old lady?
Maybe.
Because we're talking about like a really, really, really long time ago. Or was it not that long ago?
I don't know.
It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into obscurity during their lifetime, even after retiring from the public eye. But no one ever saw or heard from the nameless heroine again. There were even rumors that she became extremely ill.
I guess she, like, it wasn't that long ago, but she faded from, you know, the public eye just because she was nameless. So no one really had anyone to attach to.
But that would have been during the drought. Like, was this drought like just like 50 years ago?
It may have been in the last 100, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I've never understood why someone would
No, because Ganyu said she wasn't alive.
Erase themselves from public memory.
What?
It's almost as if she was trying to hide from something. There's probably far more to the story than what's been written.
Oh yeah, no, I assume.
Probably. So, when is this taking place?
I don't know.
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps, behind the truth of it all, there lies a story more fantastical than any work of fiction.
Usually the truth is more interesting than fiction.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Xingqiu. A drought, a nameless heroine, a life of seclusion. Wait, why does the story sound super familiar?
It sounds exactly like Cloud Retainer's story.
Yeah.
Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too! Xingqiu, are droughts super common in Liyue or something?
You know, maybe the older lady, I'm calling it now, the older lady isn't the nameless heroine.
Probably
that is
not.
Cloud Retainer. The older lady probably wrote the books. Maybe?
Maybe.
Well, they used to be. But people have long since developed methods to prevent them, like by cultivating the soil or digging canals.
Oh, wait, that means Cloud Retainer fell in love with someone.
Possibly. And, you know, that also means it's not a nameless heroine, it's a nameless heron.
Yeah, I knew you were going there with that.
Yes! Okay, good. I'm glad.
Wrong bird.
It doesn't matter.
Actually.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Because the
While
joke.
droughts do happen
perfect.
from time to time, they are rarely regarded as true disasters. The drought 50 years ago is probably
Hey,
one
I
of the
did say
worst we've
50 years
had in
ago.
the last several centuries.
That doesn't make any sense.
I thought Ganyu said she wasn't alive during it. Was it one of the other stories? I guess it was another story.
No.
I could have sworn Ganyu said she wasn't alive during that, but
Ganyu is
thought-
definitely not just like 50 years old.
How freak? I'm looking this up. Hold up. I'm about to look up a Liddy's age. I apologize, internet. Hold up. This is not. I am
You're looking up a fictional woman's
I was
age?
raised to be a gentleman.
Oh my
This is
goodness,
breaking
you
a lot of codes of
disgust
conduct. I'm just being honest. Okay, holds up. Ganyu. Yeah, what's up? Ganyu. Age. Genshin Impact, just in case. I don't want to get anything
You have
else.
now been marked as.
Okay, so she is canonically, apparently, if this is true, around 3,000 years old. That's actually older than I thought.
So
precise age is not known. That's just estimated.
But she wasn't alive 50.
No. So I think that's just no.
It's a translation thing.
Maybe.
The crops withered, the streams ran
we're
dry,
confused.
and the monsters in the mountains became rabid and agitated. Countless caravans were attacked, and people who lost their homes came together to form bandit groups. What started as a natural disaster soon became a human tragedy as well.
Uh-huh.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the
Cool dog.
nameless heroine was so beloved. She must have been someone of true integrity to do so much for the people while asking nothing in return.
I can already see a Paimon joke coming from this quest line.
Nope.
Still, as terrible as that drought was, it was nothing compared to the truly calamitous disasters that befell this land in ancient times.
Yeah. Why do none of those happen anymore?
It's part of the mystery of Genshin Impact.
They say that back in those days, disasters were both more severe and more common. Only the strongest of adepti could hope to dispel the ruin and devastation.
Yeah, I felt like a disaster happened every like few weeks.
Do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the others again. Paimon hopes that Granny Yu and I will be able to remember more of her past. She used to be a great hero who saved many people. So sad that she can't recall.
Well, I mean,
any-
we're not 100% sure of that.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it's gonna be Cloud Retainer.
Well, that and we're going off of like, in my dream. Like, I don't know, man.
Are you saying you want to be mean to an older lady?
Well, I mean, it's an old lady with dementia.
Do I need to get the bonking stick? I don't even have a bonking stick.
I'm not being
but
old. I'm just, it's a little weird that we're so gung-ho about believing.
Well, Cloud Retainer wants to, so I say we do it.
Well, I know, but it's just weird that we're so invested in this random old lady.
I'm gonna need to invest into a giant bonking stick or like a squeaky hammer.
I'm just saying I'm not the bad guy for being confused of why we're so invested in this.
You don't want to just be
Anyway,
nice?
we're off now. See you some other time, Xingqiu. Thank you so much for your help.
Indeed, thank you. You don't want to be nice, Daniel?
Well, I'm fine with being nice, but man, we sure are just taking the words of someone that, is not all there of a memory.
That makes it even more important.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's no problem at all. Safe travels.
Now man up, Daniel, and go help an old lady.
With what?
I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Well, how the fuck am I supposed to do that?
We're gonna figure it out together. By going to this quest marker.
Madam Ping. Please tell me you know
Wait, what was her
something.
name again? Yeah, what's her adeptus name? It was
Street Word Rambler, I think.
Street Word Rambler. That
I don't know
sounds
if
correct.
I'm remembering that correctly.
It's either Street Word or Straight Word. I can't remember which.
Wait, could I have talked to
I
Waterboy
have
again?
recorded the tune that you requested.
dang.
I hope
was
it
too
will be of
confused.
help to you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, teapot.
Straight word, but Ping. What has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such change in this world, and yet you appear just the same.
Madam
as
Ping,
ever.
you can do that too,
I really like that. Yeah, Madam Ping here in Cloud Retainer I love how they're both.
I'm so old. You can look young too.
Yeah, I like
know
how.
this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Madame Ping is acting all old because that's more in line with her character and how she feels right now. But she is definitely. She could be as young as Shenyun. Shenyun? Is that
Cloud Retainer?
Cloud Retainer? Yes. Shenyun?
I don't know.
Learn how to say that.
Once I remember someone's name, it's kind of stuck that way.
I mean, yeah, but I'll try.
But Madame Ping, you can look just as young as she can.
Do you think we'll ever get a Madame Ping playable? Like in her prime? Because she's in her prime. She can go back to it.
Yep.
I wonder.
Don't know.
That'd be
Time
exciting.
has little bearing on one's existence, nor has one keenly felt its effects whilst dwelling at Mount Aocang. Nevertheless, Ping, one would like to seek your counsel on a personal matter.
I really like this shot. Look at these colors.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is as such. Approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor, not unlike the one that you yourself lead?
Aw, she's thinking of moving.
It does not require as much as you may think. Still, do you mean that...
Gosh darn it, Paimon, I'm gonna chuck you into the river.
I'm not. I actually love Paimon. I'm one of those few people that are not annoyed by
I like
her.
Paimon as well.
But like in that moment, I do kind of want to chuck her.
Nothing save for some trivial matters. Have you unearthed
Paimon
any
shaped a
useful
hole in the ground.
details?
You know, honestly though, that does mean you. If you can truly yeet someone, that does mean you love them. It takes true love to yeet someone.
But does it take it to defenestrate someone?
I don't. Wait, hold up. Probably a little bit of less true love for that. Yeah.
Shinjo has a theory, but let's save it for when Chuyu and Miss Yundai have joined up with us again.
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Thank you so much.
No.
What?
No, nothing.
What are you thinking? What?
Nah, I'll save it for
What do
now.
you think, Chuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your
Shock me
granny?
if that was correct.
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils.
We should probably pay a visit to the 3 places mentioned in the books.
I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. I can taste the dew's sweetness in this cup. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountains, thoroughly one with nature and at peace.
That's nice.
Is that so? Then please drink as much as you like. There's no need to hurry. At our age, it's always nice to slow down and take the time to appreciate pleasant conversation among friends.
Madam Ping, I know you're okay. You are very old. Do not get me wrong, but you're not old.
You only look old.
And act old.
That is it.
Thank you.
You could change how you look instantly. Let's rest here for a little while then.
Okay, since we have the time, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Sure thing. What would you like to know?
I have a secret I want to tell you. Let's go talk over there.
We can say it here. Or not. Okay.
You can taste the sweetness of the dew?
It's just a feeling. The sensation of stepping out into the mountains on a cool morning, gazing upon the small droplets of water hanging from the leaves. and feeling the sweet stream of water soothe a parched throat with every swallow.
That's an amazing description. What?
A sense of calm and serenity, one that stretches on and on until days become weeks, weeks become years.
Okay, then.
Well, alright. What is the secret? And I'm very worried.
What's wrong, Xianyun?
Well, I've been kind of meaning to ask ever since we started talking in the restaurant. But are you guys all adepti in disguise?
Nope. Well, I actually don't know what Paimon is, but not us.
No, we are not all in disguise.
Oh! About that.
Why do you say that?
Well, you guys just seem super special. Plus, I think I might have heard Miss Xianyun call herself an adeptus.
Yeah?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
Must have been a slip of the tongue. Xianyun, since you were the one who, misspoke, maybe you can explain to Xianyun here what you really meant by that.
She has a big ego. And thinks of herself like that. That works, right?
No, it doesn't.
No? Oh.
One is indeed an adeptus. Is that of some concern to you?
I mean, why not?
Not really a reason to hide it, I guess.
I knew it.
Well, I mean, she kind of said it earlier, so... Not really a reason to be surprised.
Wow. One time when I was a little kid, I saw a pure white illuminated crane.
Oh, cool.
I had this super high fever, and Granny wasn't around. I was feeling all icky and gross. But then this snowy white crane flew down from the sky. She put me on her back and flew me to her cool adeptus house and fed me some sort of magic potion. When I woke up, I was already back in my bed and my fever was gone.
Aww, well, that's cute.
I really wanted to thank her, but I was too sleepy to stay awake, so I never got the chance. So, I just kind of wanted to ask if maybe any of you have ever met an adeptus like that?
A pure white illuminated crane? The only two we've ever met are blue and white and black and brown. Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
Oh, okay, so yeah, no, Granny is just a freaking adeptus, or part adeptus.
Never has one met an adeptus with such features. One surmises such a description is but a hyperbolic embellishment that oft results from narrative accounts.
What?
That's weird. Was it really just a dream then?
No.
Well, even if it was just in my head, it doesn't matter that much anyway. All I really want is to help Granny recover her memories. I'm really grateful for all your help.
Leave it to us! Now that we know the 3 locations, we just need to visit them one by one. Let's go to Wangshu Inn first.
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
What in the what?
We're just going to the inn.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whoa! Okay, yeah, it's a little distance. It's a little far away.
Not just the inn.
Oh, okay, we're going to this place. I forgot the place's name. I'm sorry.
Well.
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Yes.
Do you remember this
She's
place,
recalling.
Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock.
Oh.
Oh?
I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
This place has rooms?
I'll come with.
I mean, it's an inn. Makes sense. where? Places that we can't go as the
I'm having
player.
some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh?
I thought this place was more of just like a nice, fancy restaurant.
No, this is, yeah, it's literally called Wangshu Inn.
Well, I know, but there's nowhere to, there's no rooms.
You'll have to
So
look around.
I was just like, oh, well, I guess it's just the name.
No, I think it's a place where people stay.
But there's no rooms.
But Xiao lives here.
Well, he just, well, speaking of, well, I thought he
That
just,
was perfect timing.
well, I thought he just slept on the roof like a cat. I thought he just slept up there like a catty cat, you know? Basking in the sun rays.
Choking. Freaking choking on air.
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look.
Yeah?
If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form.
Ah, you met her like this before?
I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
I sometimes forget that you guys all existed back during that thing.
Yeah. So is she just stronger in this form, or is it just more convenient to fight like this? Or
It's probably like back and forth, you know?
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
That was great.
I didn't know she had Navia's burst.
Huh? Yeah?
An impressive imitation.
Whatever you say.
It was!
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
Oh.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
That's a good question.
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape?
I don't know, I feel like it'd be a little more convenient than the shape of a bird.
Well, you're talking to a bird.
Well, I'm saying just, I feel like it'd be more convenient than being a bird.
Depends, I guess. Was
When
she a bird or a
dwelling
human
between
first?
mountain and forest, away from the
Maybe she
struggles
can-
and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
But is it
I
more
think-
convenient inventing things as a bird than a human?
I would assume not, but to her, maybe.
I feel like that would be. Or did she like make herself like a pair of little grabby hands when she was a bird?
I mean, haven't you seen cartoons? They use their feathers like fingers.
That is not how that works. How dare you?
After the war,
I
Cloud
don't know,
Retainer
man.
retired to Mount Aocang, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor, and always in her avian form. Although I do believe there was an occasion some 30-odd years ago when she decided to don her human form. I believe it was for the purpose of...
Wait, 30 years ago?
Okay.
50 years ago? Oh my goodness.
One believes there is little need to relive bygone matters.
What were you up to?
Well, what was 30 years ago?
Granny, are you okay?
Back then, at this place,
Perhaps this conversation should end here. I shall take my leave now.
Okay.
Should you encounter any trouble, you need only call my name. However, given that you are traveling with Cloud Retainer, I trust you are in good hands.
I guess.
Everyone, I think Granny is finally beginning to remember her past.
Slowly now, calm your mind and recount what has been recalled.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
You were suffering from an illness?
Huh. So what Shinto said was true. You did fall ill. Was that why you went into hiding?
What?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it.
But yet you're okay now. So why?
I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days unconscious. I'd come to every once in a while and stare at the migrating birds outside the window. It was a solemn sight. I remember crying, but I'm not even sure I knew why.
So you're the white heron or crane.
Something.
Probably, but like, how and why? Are you adeptus? But Cloud Retainer doesn't know you. So that does not make sense.
Well, she thought she met her before, so they've at least crossed paths.
God. Oh, maybe she saw her in a different form.
One day, I met a traveling merchant.
What?
Upon hearing of my illness, he sold me a bottle of soul-revitalizing tea pills.
Is that Cloud Retainer?
No. That's a...
No, sorry. The hair shape made me think that she was like wearing a silly disguise.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. The Cloud Retainer mustaches don't work like that.
I know, but you get like you just put on like those little fake little mustaches on.
Yeah, maybe.
The shape of the hair just made me think Cloud Retainer.
There's a possibility. Also,
she would wear something as silly looking as that.
Possibly. Or is this a possible new character for the future?
Whoa, a new character we won't find.
I mean, maybe they're still alive. Who knows? That would be amazing to play as someone like that. Unless it's Cloud Retainer, then we already have that.
He told me that the pills were concocted
the
using
hair.
adepti blood and could be used to alleviate my symptoms. Sure enough, I made a full recovery. My illness remained dormant for several decades after that.
So the dementia you're suffering from now is actually...
Wait, but if your illness remained dormant for several decades, are you saying that what you're going through now is just a relapse of what happened all those years ago?
Oh, what? Well, all we need now is just some blood.
Blood, apparently.
Oh, well, that's easy.
And it was all thanks to the pills that you managed to keep the symptoms in check? Paimon's brain kinda hurts. Do you remember anything else?
I will agree with Daniel, though. The hair is very similar to Cloud Retainer's.
I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, if only I wasn't so useless.
I mean, we can just whip up some of that medicine for you, and that should get rid of your illness.
Yeah.
Can't be that hard. We have a smart person here, and she has the blood.
Can't be hard. We have a smart person with us.
We have a smart person with us. I don't know. Plenty of doctors you can talk to as well around here.
Probably.
Hey, you're not useless.
There you go.
You've done so much for me. Watched me grow up. Raised me. How could you say that about yourself?
Oh, fret not, dear child. Granny was just a bit frustrated. That's all.
The recovery of a person's memories is a gradual process. Finding pieces of one's past is always superior to not finding anything at all. Let us make haste to the next location.
Next location. Oh, why don't we go to the area north of TheWayCafe next? There isn't really a landmark there, so where should we start? Oh, Paimon's got it. Let's check out the houses in the area first.
Oh, I wonder if the reason why she's aged so slowly is because she took some adeptus medicine. And that's why she looks young for being relatively old.
She had a blood transfusion, and that also may have given her the power to turn through the crane.
Maybe.
For a set amount of time. That's really stretching it, but maybe.
Unless the white crane was actually the doctor.
Possibly. I don't know.
After all, if she was there for any length of time, then she would have stayed somewhere, right? Oh, Paimon's really got her thinking cap on today. At this rate, we'll recover all of Granny Wendai's memories in no time.
Oh boy.
So wait, 3 more places?
Apparently.
Okay, so we're just looking for clues in the general area. Gotcha.
Yep.
Fly, Daniel! Whee. Is this the special, by the way, Sealy?
Oh yeah, this is the one that can go underwater.
Cool.
Sadly, only in Fontaine, but oh well.
And maybe in future areas.
Maybe. There's the whole place around Mondstadt that looks kind of sus.
Oh, the harbor that blew up by,
Yeah.
Yeah, Alice and Klee. Just a small crater. Just a small atom-sized crater.
Oh, yeah.
Just an atom bomb went off for some reason.
Oh, boy.
What kind of invention were they working on to make that, by the way?
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here?
Oh, please unkidnap my camera.
Guess it's time to round up some bad guys.
I don't actually know Frina this.
Becomes
Who's Frina?
the hunted.
Do you remember anything about this place, Granny One
One of my favorite characters.
Mine too.
Let me think. I feel like I've been here before. But I don't think I stayed here too long. I might have just rested here briefly before continuing on my way.
Man, are you sure your memory, you're having issues? Because, like, if you asked me, where did you take a nap, like, 10, 20, 30 years ago, I would have been like, well, for one, if it's like 30, I wasn't born yet. But, but if it's less than that, I would have been like, I don't know. I remember things here and there.
Got it. That's okay. There are still plenty of other places we can check.
That's Sealy's
Wait a
bothering me.
second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... Ah, yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Thanks, Granny.
Thank you. Then Paimon will help herself.
Daniel, did you leave your sweet snacks behind? Could you? I'll do it again. What?
Go on.
How do you expect to actually grow up big, strong, and healthy? You won't eat your sweet snacks. Every time I see sweet snacks, I really think I'm talking about fruit snacks.
Alcohol.
Yo, wait, this is like an illegal thing going on here. We got someone hiding their stash.
This is actually a cute little place.
Wait, if you go up above, does it look like a fake rock? Is that what that tarp's supposed to... That is not a fake rock. That is a very real rock.
That is a very, very real rock, brother. I don't know how to tell you this. The rock is real.
Whoa.
I know.
The rock is real. That's amazing. My mind has been blown.
I'm sorry to do that to you.
Whoa. No. Thank you. Anything, I should thank you.
I'm not gonna ask if I already cleared this place, and I'm pretty sure I did.
But did you?
Yes. Yes, I did.
You did?
I was literally about to check the map like in Star Rail. Like, did I get all the chests? Oh, wait a minute.
No, you don't get that. You get a
Different
percentage.
game.
You get a percentage.
Except the percentage is wrong.
Really like a more in-depth guide to areas in Genshin. That would be really cool.
That would be nice.
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This place...
It's
not important.
Daniel.
Duh.
Everything's important.
Is it?
Yes.
Did you remember something, Granny?
Watch.
I remember. Xianyun. This is where your father was born.
Shouldn't you say your son?
It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind us in hot pursuit.
What? Ah.
I had exhausted my strength when the labor pains came on, so we took refuge in this house. Your grandpa set up a barrier outside, but neither of us knew if it could hold the monsters back.
That's really unfortunate timing.
I remember that night. I remember falling to my knees, reciting a prayer over and over.
What is outside?
I alone am the source of this sin. Punish me as you wish for forsaking my oath, but spare my innocent child.
Your oath. What oath?
Sin? Oath? Did you do something wrong?
I don't know. I don't remember. I only remember praying in the darkness with all my strength until the sun finally rose again and the fog cleared out.
Was it taking the medicine? Was that the sin?
Eventually,
No, that's not the oath.
the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries. That baby was your father. I remember I clutched him tight to my chest and wept tears of joy. It was the first time I'd ever felt such happiness in my life.
That's nice.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy, and so are you, Xianyun. You're so much like him, and I love you both so much.
Aww.
But you're always going to be different from me. Why? Just what did I do?
I don't care what you might have done, Granny. You'll always be the person I love more than anything.
Oh.
You're too sweet, Xianyun. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would not have had the courage to come here, to try to remember what I had forgotten.
I am really
All right.
confused.
Let's not stand around any longer. There's one place left, yes? Let's go take a look.
They've done a great job with this completely new random character inserted for the story's sake. Like, cause it's gripped me.
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
What was that thing that just shot?
Climb on. I shall carry
That's
you
the
to the
sword
top.
that she can do.
Oh, such lightness of weight.
All those who grow old grow frail in the end, do they not? First, you lose your memory, then your health. Eventually, you end up losing everything.
Well,
My
not
only
everyone
wish
loses
is to
their
depart
memories,
this
actually.
world with a lucid mind, to free myself of this torment and the burden it places upon others.
Fret not. You have my aid in this endeavor.
Is she gonna die? Probably. That makes me think she's gonna die in this quest.
Nah, definitely not.
Oh, I wonder if Cloud Retainer will adopt the kid.
Yeah, she won't be alone anymore. Remember what I said in the beginning?
This is not what we meant.
Hey!
This is not what we meant. It'll fix the problem, but this is not what we meant.
It'll fix the problem.
I didn't say adoption was an option.
Adoption is always an
It is an option. No, genuinely, it's an awesome option.
In fact, the system should be refined more.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that. Oh, dude. Actually, I saw a really heartwarming story just the other night of this guy that was, these two girls were, who knows, it's the internet, and there's a lot of people that fake videos like this, which kind of infuriates me, if I'm being honest, but, the wholesome thing was, this guy, like, was working at a store, it may have been actually his, but it was somewhere in India? These two girls were, like, homeless, and they would drop by his place, and he'd just, like, turn on the television and let them watch whatever they wanted and everything. It was a little story that, went viral, I think, a few weeks ago. I thought it was really cute. Yeah, because there's a lot of kids out there just in the world that are homeless or don't have parents, and they're just kind of surviving. Like, so do what you guys can. In every way possible, just...
Oh.
What?
Oh. Wow, I missed a spot. Oops.
What?
I was going to investigate all 3 spots, but oops. The one in the middle was the right one.
Oh.
Oh well, oops.
You did
I
it. You
accidentally
did it.
missed
Hey,
one.
you know what? You did it.
Well, the game didn't tell me. Well, I wish it did. Oh well.
It probably what it all means is the other places probably would have maybe triggered a voice line, but they also may not have.
That's fine. No, I'm not upset.
No, you don't need the optional stuff. Don't worry.
No, I don't. You know what? You know.
Unless there was like one optional thing that you have now missed that like just. Well, that was easy.
Whenever I hear this song, all I hear is.
Can I pull for Chi-Chi?
That song is I lost my 50-50.
Oh really? No.
No. Ah well.
No, I don't recall this.
That's all I hear when the song comes on.
When this song comes on, it's like, I've lost. You know what's funny? Daniel doesn't have the Chi-Chi problem. I do. Daniel has like a Mona problem, which I wish I had.
I have a Mona and D-Luke problem.
Yeah, no, I think both of us have pulled multiple D-Lukes.
I'm honestly fine with having so many Monas. It's the D-Lukes that I can.
You don't really need with Hu Tao and everything.
I don't need with Hu Tao or.
And you're good on Greatsword user. You have Navia, so it's not like you need those weapon types. Yeah, no. It's just one of those things. I would love to have Mona. That is a nice skin. What?
Mm-hmm. Oh, those are the new.
Yo, can I see the artwork for those things? I actually haven't taken the time to look at that. Oh, how dare this?
God.
Well.
Aiming on controller is kind of a pain, okay? There.
Yeah, messing around with dailies on your account, I've learned that bows are not my strong suit on console. I'm a Ganyu main, but that's on PC. That is a very nice skin. And then this Ganyu one is...
Think I can click purchase without actually buying it?
Don't test that. Do not test that.
Oh no, it's a nice outfit for Shenhe.
Oh, I mean, if you want it, you've got 23 freaking
I think
thousand.
I can click this without actually buying it.
And if it buys it, I mean, whatever.
Okay. Here it is.
Wow. Very, very nice.
Look at her hair, it's tied differently.
Yeah, look, and her like ornament is different and everything. Wow. Very sick.
While also keeping the red
the red and black kind of aesthetic. Ooh, but that beautiful flower and like the blue in the dress. It's very nice. Yeah, no. And then Ganyu. Wow, I did not realize it was blue like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
very
it was
pretty.
So these are on sale for a limited time.
Limited time because they're the new outfits. I forgot D-Luke's the one with the legendary.
Wait, why is it legendary, by the way?
It kinda changes the effects of his fire.
It does?
Very slightly. And he has a new idle animation.
Can you click? I do like it. It does look really cool. Yeah, that's sick.
It is very nice, but
I also love the ponytail.
Was it going to show the idle animation? No, it's not.
I mean, I think that was that's a new idol, right?
No, it's one that like a hawk sweeps in, I think.
Oh, well, wait. He normally summons a hawk. Is it like a different kind of thing?
Does it? I don't know. I remember it having a new idol.
Yeah, I don't know.
That and it. Oh, there's the hawk.
Oh, that's new. Yeah, he definitely had the hawk before, I think, but yeah. That's a different thing. Yeah, that's cool. I would hope that the spell effects on his abilities are a lot different.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of darkness to his fire, but
okay.
And it's nothing too crazy.
Gotcha. It's a cool skin. It is cool. Whenever I saw legendary, I was like, wait, what does that mean?
I just hope future legendaries are a little more oofaged.
I would expect if you're gonna pay a lot more money compared to other. Ooh, hello there. If you're gonna pay a little bit extra and they're gonna say it's legendary, you'd expect like, hey, change up the abilities and all that. By change, I don't mean make them different. I just mean the spell effects.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna freaking bother me.
You need to burn these.
Burn these.
You don't have pyro. Now we do. You could have just lit yourself on fire, I will say.
With what?
Oh, those flowers. I thought that was fire.
Time to go.
I'm too impatient.
I genuinely wondered if you were gonna alt.
Heck yeah, I'm not worried. I'm here to grab a chest and I'm here to move on. I have the means and I have the motive. I'm doing it.
Yep.
We're finally here. Does this place feel familiar to you, Granny Wendai?
Wendai?
Yuendai? I think it's Yuendai.
What did Paimon say?
I don't freaking know.
And again, I will never forget Dangos.
Dango, yeah, no. Here's the thing. The American cast is trying their best. It's also on the vocal coach. I cannot speak today for some reason.
Let me see. How strange. Have I lived here before?
Take your time.
When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of familiarity. I could easily picture myself in those places. But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just didn't leave a strong impression on me.
But did the stories get it wrong then?
Well, we can't expect them to get everything right.
Yeah, that's true. But they're also the only thing we have to go off of. Paimon was hoping this place would jog Granny Yuendai's memory just like the others.
I'm sorry to disappoint you two.
It's all right. We're not going to give up yet. We'll figure something else out. Just you wait.
Thank you. If only I could remember. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, that's Cloud Retainer's thing. Oh, she's gonna see the gadget.
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Aocang? Looks like we've come full circle.
Oh, she's...
Aocang. Mount Aocang.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny.
What is going on?
It's okay if you can't remember. No idea. You shouldn't do something that makes you sad.
Mount Aocang, What am I really?
I have no idea.
Mount Aocang holds some familiarity to you?
It does, but I can't go back.
This is your sin. Okay.
Are you feeling unwell?
Why? What did you do that would be considered sin?
My head, it feels all heavy and dizzy. What is wrong with me?
No idea.
Do you think she had a spell cast on her?
Miss Xianyun?
No idea.
Is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Aocang.
But...
What was that sound?
I don't know.
Fret not. All will be well.
That was in-game. What was that sound?
You have already given more than enough to the pursuit of this endeavor.
Sounds like a giant robot waking up, just
Yeah, or like something fell out of the sky. Like, what? Chum choink.
You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in suppressing the fear in your heart and restoring your lost memories. It currently resides at Mount Aocang.
Wait, really? When did you do that?
I never leave anything to chance. All will reveal
Oh,
itself
wind
when we
thing.
arrive.
It got aggroed on us. Okay, we're gonna have to kill this. Or not. It's just vibing.
No.
Casually level 87. Cool. You really shouldn't do this. We haven't even tried to kill you yet.
Well.
I mean,
Poor guy.
I told you not to do this. I told you.
I warned you and you did not listen.
Confound it, I told you!
I told you, Arthur.
I tried to warn you, that I did.
And you didn't listen. You brought this fate upon yourself.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Come on, just
Oh.
Already! What's this thing you've prepared?
Here, this is it.
Oh, the music box. You didn't let me interact with earlier.
You weren't supposed to. It was your plot thing.
But isn't this the mechanism that you were tinkering with when we first got here? Oh, is it another invention of yours?
Precisely. A recent one at that. I am most pleased with the result. I call it the Suspensus Somnium mechanism.
Ah, record player. Does that already exist?
Yeah.
It periodically releases a soft breeze, which when paired with a gentle adeptal tune, can help the listener subconsciously relax and even enter a semi-hypnotic state.
Get hypnotized.
Soothing agitation and anxiety, relieving exhaustion and insomnia, its potential uses are numerous indeed. And of course, it can also aid in the recovery of lost memories.
Oh, awfully convenient.
Oh, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now? We could have come to Mount Aocang right off the bat and saved time on a lot of floating.
True.
How preposterous. Had Yuendai not recalled much of her past through her own efforts, the device would have nothing to draw upon. We adepti can only help those who first resolve to help themselves. Had she lacked such determination and strength of character, one would have little to offer in way of assistance.
Paimon thinks she gets it now. Hey, what's that other thing?
As previously mentioned, a gentle adeptal tune is required to take full advantage of the mechanism. One secured such a tune from Streetward Rambler. Only with her melodies can the mechanism reach its peak power.
Really?
Fancy.
Oh, Paimon can feel what you mean. Paimon's body feels light as a feather. It's as if she's lying down on a warm patch of grass after a super satisfying meal.
And you and I, is the mechanism helping you to relax?
This is beautiful. She's asleep.
She's already gone, man.
It appears she has already succumbed to the depths of reverie. Come, join one on this side. We shall give her some time to herself.
Bye? It's probably safe to leave her there. Have her definitely
The
not fall
drought
over.
is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion. It's nearly run its course.
I've never regretted meeting you. Not even for a second.
Oh, that's sweet.
Please. Please, no.
So what happened?
Have you forgotten?
Forgotten?
This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew, perfectly straddled betwixt the realms of heaven and earth. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never left. The you of the past, the me from not that long ago. We should have never.
But
So did the potion make her human?
I don't... What?
I don't know.
Well, and also, yeah, don't regret leaving.
So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so familiar.
Why would Cloud Retainer not know her, though?
Yeah, and I'm also trying to figure out, you still shouldn't regret leaving because, you found your husband because of that. And you had a family. It's so, and what's the broken promise thing?
I don't know.
Granny! Granny, are you okay?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memories have returned.
Wait, Did you just call her by her full name? Does that mean you already knew each other?
Yes. I now remember everything. Everything.
Granny, please don't cry. I'm here. I'm here.
If you remember everything, please. It's none of our business. Can you please fill us in?
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. Granny is fine. I'm so sorry, everyone. You've gone to so much trouble on my behalf. It's all come back to me now. The most important thing that I had forgotten was the truth of what I once was.
Okay.
One can sense the guilt that now plagues your conscience. Reclaiming a truth long buried is sure to come with a myriad of complex emotions. Perhaps one should recount the story on your behalf while you compose yourself.
But so you did know her. What the...
Maybe?
No, it's okay. Now that I've remembered, I must face my memories head on. Xianyun, everyone, I cannot thank you enough for all your help. I'm ready to tell you my story, if you're willing to listen.
Cutscene?
Please, Granny.
That's always pretty.
Don't force yourself. What happened in the past doesn't matter. I love you more than anything. Nothing you say can change that.
No. That's good. But the past is also important. It is. But it's good to love someone.
Dear child. My feelings for you are exactly the same. It is for this reason that you deserve to know the truth.
I'm a bird.
Your father came out of an egg.
But you are not. But we are still family. How that works?
Genetics. I'm not sure how...
Genetics!
I don't know how adepti genetics work.
That ain't it, man. That ain't it.
Well, apparently, fraternal twins can be cat and not cat. So, I don't know how these fantasy genetics work.
You know what? You got a point. Yeah, Lenny and Lynette is an interesting one.
Because apparently cat genetics and human genetics are compatible.
Which makes sense.
Some
I mean,
are dominant and some are recessive.
Yeah, so they're because they're humanoids in this world, so it makes sense. But I'm just shocked that someone can, so both can pop.
Yep.
But still be both.
Well, that just means that Lenny or I guess it would depend whether or not the cat genetics are dominant or if the human ones are.
Because we're also talking about fantasy genetics here.
Because if they're the recessive one, I mean, still, if someone can still carry genetics, even if they don't themselves show it, it can still show up. Like if Lenny has a kid in the future, they could be a cat person.
They could, yeah.
They could be a cat person.
You're
even
correct.
if he's with just another, just
human
and not a cat. It could still
pop
be a cat.
Out of nowhere and be like, what? How?
Depends if it's dominant or recessive, man. Genetics.
Genetics. Science is cool, by the way.
Science is cool. Make yourself one of those fun little square charts. It's fun.
It is.
Some time ago, I made a terrible mistake. One for which I could never atone.
What do you mean?
And that is?
Is this the sin that you mentioned in Xianyun Karst? What happened?
I am, in truth, not a human being. My real form, one that I held for centuries, was that of a wild crane.
Cranes don't live for centuries.
How long do cranes usually live?
Not centuries.
No, I know that, but how long does a crane usually live? 30 years, dang.
Yeah, that's a little shy of a century.
Yeah.
I spent many, many years living on Mount Aocang, bathing in the soft breeze and drinking the sweet dew of the mountains. At some point, I somehow gained wisdom and sentience. The Lord of the Mountain, Cloud Retainer, became aware of my existence and began to share many stories with me. She even passed on the secret of cultivation to me.
Okay, so that's why Cloud Retainer really wanted to help her especially, is she probably recognized her, sort of, maybe? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. She probably recognized her, but didn't want to force the issue if it didn't need to happen. So that's what I'm assuming.
Though she never took me on as a formal disciple, I always saw her as my master. Whenever she took out her tools to work on mechanisms or new inventions, I would also stand next to her and watch.
Oh, just like the little animals at the beginning.
I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an adeptus in my own right. I followed her teachings, and time gradually passed us by. Until that fateful day 50 years ago.
Wait, so how do you become an adeptus? Do you just need to be like a magical creature?
I don't know, because adeptus is going to have kids and they can be half adepti. But if you could become an adeptus, how does that even work, passing it on to
genetics?
That's not how it works, though.
That just broke your brain to the point your English was like.
That's not how it works.
I don't know.
50 years ago?
During the drought struck Liyue.
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land like she had, relieving suffering wherever I went.
Oh.
But I was still far from being a real adeptus. I possessed no ability to take on human form and fit in with the crowd. Once she learned of my desires, Master prepared a special dose of human mimicry potion for me.
That would be a very interesting second or third date when she was meeting her grandma. I need you to know, I'm a bird.
I'm a bird.
But I took a magical potion, so I'm human for the next, probably most of my life, actually.
But it said that the potion was running out. So how is she still human?
I don't know.
And not bird?
I don't know.
She warned me that the potion's effects would only last 10 years, and if I were to fail to return to my original form at the end of that time, I would forever forget my past as a crane and become something neither human, beast, nor adeptus.
Oh.
She was having a kid, and that you could have timed that better, but that aside, got it. So that's the sin, and that's what she wanted the baby to be born and everything. I'm assuming that's where that's going. Which is awesome. That's awesome. If that's what happened, that's awesome that you chose to do that. I think.
But how can you undo the effects?
How? I don't know. Yeah, what does it mean?
Like, okay, 10 years almost up. I'm a bird again. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you unbirdify?
Maybe return
here?
here?
How do you rebird?
If she comes here, then maybe?
Okay.
I have no idea. Huh.
But why does it give you dementia?
Yeah, I don't know. It says become neither human nor beast nor adeptus. I don't know what the freak.
Oh no. So that was the source of your dementia all along.
But you can never turn back into a crane!
Isn't this a good thing?
Oh no?
I thought this was a good thing.
I mean, being a bird kind of sucks. I don't know.
I guess she wanted to be both, because she technically is a crane.
She is a crane, but is no longer a crane.
Huh.
Was it because of Grandpa?
Indeed, I fell in love. Though he was human, he had spent his entire life training on Mount Tianheng. When we met, it was not only my first foray into the world below, but his as well.
Got it. So it wasn't just the kid, it was the fact she fell in love and she wanted to stay with him. That makes more sense on the whole timing thing. Then it should be fine. It's fine though.
Wait.
But it's fine that you
who
stayed
gave her
human.
the medicine at the hotel if she got the thing from Cloud Retainer here?
I'm wondering if Cloud Retainer gave it to her.
So
maybe she was disguised.
Does that mean she can give her another pellet of blood and it would get rid of her dementia?
Maybe.
Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us.
Oh, well.
Just like me, he cared deeply about the world and wanted, more than anything, to cleanse it of all pain and suffering.
That's nice.
I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to tick away. Those 10 years passed by in a flash. Yet I did not want to leave his side, so I...
Oh no, what happened next?
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living a life full of pain and suffering, even if it meant that I would eventually turn into a monstrosity.
Okay, I'm with you until the last word. I'm with you on that sentence all the way to monstrosity.
Well, I mean, she doesn't look.
No, she doesn't. So what the freak happened? If she was supposed to become something crazy, that never happened, clearly.
I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. So I wrote her a long letter instead and asked someone to leave it outside her abode.
Ah, I remember that place. It's literally right over there.
I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face.
That's a shame.
In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again.
I want to clarify, that didn't mean shame as in her to be shamed. I was saying that's a shame because I think she would have understood. That's what I meant.
Yeah, she would have.
Okay.
So that's why the nameless heroine hit herself.
But that was only the beginning of my troubles. I began to suffer from a strange illness. My memories became hazy and confused, and I could no longer keep myself awake. I understood that my pain was caused by my refusal to return to the life I was fated to lead.
You hid yourself away in the most popular hotel in Liyue? Ow, the what? She said she hid, and she hid it. Just saying.
Just go with it.
I'm just putting it out there.
Go with it.
I'm just laying it there on the... there.
Along with my memories as a crane, I soon forgot the true cause of my suffering as well. I knew only that I had committed a sin. All I could do was pray for forgiveness, even if I had long forgotten what needed to be forgiven.
Honestly, I don't think Cloud Retainer was threatening her. I think she was just like, yo, you need to come back between 10 years because, like, side effects.
Probably just side effects.
I'm assuming it's side effects.
Looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such a fortunate coincidence that we were there at the same time. If it weren't for those soul-revitalizing tea pills, I probably
It's her. Okay. Daniel called it. Good job.
Granny, what's wrong?
Coincidence? Why did I ever think it was a coincidence? Tea pills concocted using the blood of an adeptus?
That is crazy.
It couldn't be.
Did you really slap a mustache on?
Don't tell me. Back then, that merchant was actually...
You called it. Good job.
what I'm
Really
talking
though? Really? You slapped two pieces of hair?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Goofy mustache.
Goofy mustache.
It's something she would do.
It does seem like something she would do.
Human custom would dictate the conferral of gifts to be in order when one's progeny is wedded, would it not?
Aww.
Consider the pills a symbol of one's best wishes.
She did consider her a kid. I mean, when you get involved in someone's life, especially when there's someone younger, you usually view them either as either your child, even if you're not their parent, or you view them as like a younger sibling. Depends on the age gap.
So when I tried to conceal my name and mistakes from the world and hide myself away in perpetuity, the only person I managed to deceive was myself.
Yes.
You knew where I was all along.
Yep.
It's like kind of hiding in like the most popular hotel in Liyue.
Daniel.
It's the truth.
One still remembers when you were but a fledgling. You possessed a certain fondness for a particular game. You would hide yourself among a group of wild cranes and ask one to pick you out from among the flock. One found you with such ease every time. 'Tis a truth most evident. One always recognizes one's own, no matter what form they may take.
Yeah, no, I would agree.
Wait. Paimon's confused. So, Cloud Retainer, you found Yuendai again? But how? When? And what happened after that?
Perhaps it is now time for one to recount the rest of the tale.
Oh, that we're getting a cutscene. Oh,
Trial.
that's right. We need to trial us, or we haven't done that yet.
Not every quest gives us this, but most of them do.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one
nice
set out
extra
to
glow
bring you
bits.
to your senses.
Oh, never mind. She was not cool with it.
She was pissed. Uh-oh.
Oh man, look at the extra glowy bits of the wings.
Yeah, is that because you used the skill?
Yeah.
That is so mean. This is C3. You've got 2 charges.
Yep.
Wait, is it C3 or C2 that they give you on trial?
Something like that. Also, just because it's really fun. Hold on, just let me,
Yeah, skyward!
That is so sick.
Skyward!
Ooh!
Whoa.
That's the, hotel. Where are we supposed to be right now? This looks very different.
50 years ago.
Man, the whole landscape changed a lot.
Yeah.
But hey,
way
that
more
is-
green.
It's really pretty. Hold on.
I do love.
No. I want. Oh wait, no, I don't have a camera feature here. Ow. I want the first person look at the sky.
You could technically go into your inventory and pull out the camera, right?
Something like that. It's fine.
In truth, one had more than a few misgivings about your chosen partner. As an exorcist, his talent was lacking. One could hardly say his skill with sigils was any better.
Most parents never approve of who you ultimately choose as a partner. The thing about it, when you find that special person, the thing is your parents are always going to expect perfection from the other person because you're their precious kid and everything. So of course this is what's happening.
But soon, one came to appreciate the devotion he bestowed upon you
And there you
during your
go.
illness. He never uttered a complaint and rarely left your side.
Aww. There you go.
Unwilling to begrudge someone of such character, one decided to overlook his aforementioned deficiencies, glaring though they may have been. Wishing to grant you a life without regrets, one gathered many divine ingredients and used one's own blood to create a form of medicine. Though imperfect, it managed to suppress the more dire effects of your illness. As for how to deliver the medicine, after much contemplation, one eventually decided to perform the deed oneself.
I knew it.
Are we ever gonna get that as a skin?
I hope so.
One took great care to alter one's
I
features
knew it.
and select the appropriate attire. Only after meticulous scrutiny did one finally set out for Wangshu Inn.
Are you kidding me?
How long did it take you until you're satisfied with that?
As one expected, you were most ignorant of one's true identity. You showed not even the slightest inkling of recognition.
Okay,
Probably
it's
'cause
my
she was
turn.
Sick.
My turn to be that guy who asks the plot and everything and questions certain things. Daniel gets to do it. I get to do it here sometimes. Couldn't you have just morphed into something else?
Yeah.
But that's not funny. So we went with this. You know what? I can approve of this.
This is a lot funnier.
Yes.
One was quite torn. Should one have celebrated the success of one's disguise, or mourn the loss of your acquaintance?
That's why black. So she was kind of doing both. Okay. That makes sense. She was talking about the mourning of the loss of her. As well. So she was both happy and celebrating, but also accepting that she was losing her.
Yeah. Oh, no. Don't you dare take this from me.
Skyward!
I'm having fun.
Why did they give you a bridge? This is the way they didn't.
One would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable. Even considering your loss of memory, one was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
Oh, she came and took care of it. That's awesome.
Popcorn.
Was that popcorn?
Yes.
She invented the popcorn machine?
Yep.
Okay, hey, yeah, no.
Strange they gave the bridges, even though you can perfectly make that.
Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. So we have to kill something here.
Look at that cracked barrier.
That looks really sick.
Well, anyway, time to beat people up.
Well, I was expecting something a little more menacing. The 2 hilly trolls and a hydro slime will have to do, I guess.
It's gotta look good.
Okay.
It's also raining, so we get a lot of swirl going on.
Yep. Now I see what they're doing.
I know your tricks.
She's also not a DPS character, really. Well, her skill can do work. So, yeah, as shown here. Yeah, I mean, she can do DPS. I wouldn't call her main DPS, though, sadly.
Those monsters would hardly have pursued you with such ferocity without sufficient incentive. They were likely incited by the presence of godly remains.
Hmm? Oh.
Said godly remains, in turn, were likely drawn to the trace of one scent on your body.
Wait.
One was, after all, an active participant in the Archon War. Some of the gods were likely shattered by contraptions of one's very making.
Oh.
In the end, one was relieved to see you endure through the night. At the break of dawn, one heard an infant's cry pierce through the air, and one saw you carefully cradle the child to your chest. Although certain mortal matters remain foreign to me, one could not help but be moved by your joy.
Wait, so it's not foreign though, then? You get it!
To see you happy, that was more than enough.
Cloud Retainer is such an interesting character because she is so smart, and yet these things like concepts of like joy and love and everything are a little more. It's not that they're foreign. Foreign is not the word because she experiences them. She just doesn't know how to label them, I think. I think that's the issue. But then it's sad because she's like, I just don't get it. It's foreign to me. But it's like, it's not. You do. Just, That is so freaking pretty.
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait,
Don't you dare.
but if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
One had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale.
Almost missed.
Well, I tried veering off course because you said for me to stop.
Yeah, well, you may trigger new dialogue if you go too far.
This game isn't as gung-ho as Star Rail.
Look, you don't understand. Star Rail's done something to me, my dude. I have been playing in other video games differently now because I'm always scared of missing freaking dialogue.
Admittedly, that is my main complaint with Star Rail. It's a bit too easy to trigger the next set of
Star Rail to me is almost a perfect video game, especially as a live service game, which is very hard.
That was a smooth transition. This is Liyue.
Oh, wow, that was smooth. Whoever designed this domain, it's amazing.
This is really well made. I didn't even notice until I was in there.
Yeah, I know, this is great. But yeah, my only criticism really of Star Rail, because Star Rail has done so many things, I think, perfectly. I just think there's too many things to just miss in Star Rail. There's a lot of cool dialogue. It's all about the story. It's such a story-heavy game. And yet, if you just sometimes the game will spawn you and you have to walk 4 feet and then 4 feet will trigger dialogue, and then if you walk another 4 feet, it'll trigger more dialogue, and that's weird. And sometimes, and like the characters that you're doing quests with also trigger it, so you'll miss stuff even out of your control.
Yep.
One criticism of Star Rail. That's my big one. Because it's like, no!
Just as you and I troubled one with her antics, so did you give one many a headache. Upon finding you burning with fever, one made plans to bring you back to one's abode for treatment.
So it was Cloud Retainer.
However, upon seeing one's form, you began to cry, refusing to get on one's back. When one asked you why, apparently you believed that one could not possibly be a true adeptus, because all illuminated cranes are white from tip to toe. One had no choice but to apply powder to one's body to conceal the variegated nature of one's appearance. You became more than amenable enough when one stood before you devoid of any other coloring. It bears mentioning, however, that as a crane, Yuandai was nearly entirely pure white in color. Though you had never encountered her in that form, you still recognize the essence of her being.
That's cool.
Perhaps fate brought you two together in more ways than one.
And for the next
now
location.
All has been revealed.
That's it.
One owes you an apology, you and I. One recognized you upon your very entrance into Wanmin restaurant. One has always viewed you as a disciple of equal standing with Ganyu and Shenhe. Indeed, one wished to bring your story to a satisfactory end with this visit to Liyue Harbor.
Oh, you were going there to visit her.
Oh.
How did you know? No.
Still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Had one simply informed you of all you had lost, all those cherished memories would merely have become the fictionalized account of another.
Yeah, okay.
Memories are most meaningful when recalled by those who lived through them.
Oh, wow.
Would you not agree? Even if the process was painful and arduous to experience. Have you any further inquiries?
Master, I must ask. If you found me all those years ago, why did you leave me be, even though you knew about my mistake? Why did you not bring me back to Mount Aocang by force?
Because?
One has never regarded your action as a mistake. It was a simple choice, nothing more.
That's freaking sweet!
When it is time for one's progeny to leave the nest, it is the responsibility of an elder to let them fly free. Yet, when your wings grow weary and the night grows dark, just know that you always have a place to which to return.
I freaking love this quest.
'Tis a refuge referred to by many a name in mortal writing. Home, nest, haven. Whatever its denomination may be, its essence remains quite unchanged. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike one's own abode. One's disciples are free to come and go as they wish, yet the door remains forever open to those who wish to return. One rather hopes you count yourself among them.
That's sweet.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Honestly, you could have, if someone had shown me this quest, or if we like had played this later on, I would have totally been convinced that this came out by like on Mother's Day. Honestly.
You and I. One expects you too have sensed the rapid deterioration of your condition as of late. Have you not? 40 years ago, you chose a path without a future.
Ouch.
Though one used one's own blood to provide you with a few decades of extra time, it merely delayed the inevitable. One may have extended the path, yet one was unable to alter its final destination. Even the power of an adeptus has its limits. Had your condition continued to deteriorate, you would have forgotten your life as a human entirely. In the end, you would have turned into a creature lacking in the ability to even comprehend its own monstrousness.
Jeez!
Fortunately, you were able to avoid that scenario by reclaiming your memories. Though one sped the process along by providing some guidance, the result is entirely a reflection of your own effort.
So, what's gonna happen to Granny?
God bless you.
Excuse me.
One will help her reclaim her original form as a wild crane. If it be fated, she may recover her sentience one day.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
It's that or die, or worse, or yeah.
There's no other way.
Master, you've already done more than enough for me. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
30 minutes.
Yeah, now.
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Oh.
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left.
Well,
Please.
got another one.
Sorry, kid.
Oh, I'm not. Nope. Not a fan of this. Not a fan of
Gotta
sad.
go to the birdcage.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
I am not. I'm not a fan of sad endings, but I mean, this is a really good quest.
See, you don't feel sad.
I am sad though. This poor
Don't
girl.
be sad, dear child. Granny has led a wonderful life. My only regret is having to leave you behind.
Yep. Okay.
Don't forget to eat well, okay? A growing young lady like yourself needs lots of good food to grow big and strong. Promise Granny you'll take good care of yourself when I'm gone.
Okay, well, at least she's not dying. That would be
How did
worse.
her parents die?
I have
Was it just like an accident?
It may have just been an accident. Like, crap happens.
I promise, Granny. I'll do whatever you say.
Good girl. Good girl. Don't worry. It's not goodbye forever. Granny's gonna become the most formidable crane in all of Mount Aocang. Granny will train day and night. I won't stop until I can turn into a human without having to rely on anything but my own power. When that day comes, we'll be able to live together again. You and I. How's that sound?
Good.
That's a good girl. Even though we won't see each other for a little while, as long as we both work hard, we're sure to meet again someday.
Hitting home, Aether?
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise. And I'll wait for you, no matter how long it takes. I'll wait for you to come back.
That's a good girl. Then Granny really has no more regrets. I'm so sorry, Master. Thank you for everything.
It's more.
Aw.
Hey, wait a minute. She's got green. You're not white. Pure white. You're not.
Thank you, Dale, for bringing some laughter to a very sad moment.
I'm just saying that it made it sound like that. Yeah. Okay.
Xianyun.
Let her be. At her age, crying is a natural, if not fitting, response to such an event.
I think that at any age is a fitting response to this kind of scenario.
Yeah. It's always sad when your relative turns into a bird and flies off.
Daniel, stop that!
I'm sorry. Just trying to lift the mood a little, okay?
You're succeeding.
Tears are a necessary part of maturation. Sometimes there is scarcely a better vehicle to wash away the toll of stress and misery.
True statement.
Maturation?
Mature,
What the
Daniel.
flip is maturation?
It's a fancy way of saying mature.
I get that, but what the flip? That's the first time I've ever heard that.
She uses a lot of words that I've only heard maybe 2 or 3 times
She
in my life.
says oneself.
Yes.
That's not maturation. I want to hear Cloud Retainer say Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce? Yep.
Worcestershire sauce.
Now that the issue has been resolved,
Worcestershire.
you should also take a moment to relax. Give yourself some time to rest. Take a nap if you must. One will wake you in due time.
Thanks. Cutscene time? Ooh, pretty shot though. Oh, it is a cutscene.
Just gonna lay here. Oh, dude, that looks very nice.
That looks comfortable.
Gonna nod off.
Oh, well, that was fast. Oh. Wait. Is this in a dream world?
I don't know. We'll see.
Man, she's... That's one heck of a speed run. No, wait, no.
No, it's hope. That's what it is.
Aww. Nice eye shade. Oh, okay, now that's sweet.
I always believed we would see each other again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where it begins.
Separation would finally
That's
end,
cute.
and all my troubles would be behind me.
Yeah, that is unbelievably cute, actually.
So is this actually a flashback? Because they did adventure around to that, didn't they? Before all the crap happened?
I think this is just a dream.
Oh.
If
Wow.
only things could stay this way forever.
We actually may be seeing that in a night or two.
Yep, just a dream.
Left.
A nightmare?
Not quite.
Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up.
Having a mom moment. Oh, the cute chubby birds. And frog. Squirrel! Man, I'm sorry for turning y'all guys into
Eloquent
chickens.
as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it.
Aw.
Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you.
Wow.
What a good mom.
After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
That's nice.
Grilled chicken drumsticks.
Paimon, that's your finger. Paimon, that's your finger.
You know, I gotta put this out there. This is one of my favorite story quests. It's up there. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there. I really like this story.
I really like that little bit there at the end. That was nice.
This whole Cloud Retainer just being a mom quest line has been amazing. And there's a lot of people that really need that, I think. So, yeah, this is awesome. Let's stop Paimon from eating herself.
Why not?
Was Paimon sleeping just now?
Because she's not emergency food, Daniel.
Josh, as long as you don't actually bite your finger off in your sleep, you're fine.
Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Yep.
Madam Adeptus?
Oh, Xianyun, you're awake. How do you feel?
I feel a little better. Thanks. I know I'll see Granny again someday, so I don't feel so sad anymore.
As long as there's no... I stopped myself. Okay, I'll let it end on a happy. But I have a feeling everyone knows what I was going to say anyway.
Madam Adeptus, could I ask you something? Would you take me in as a disciple?
Yeah.
Oh, and have you reasons for this sudden interest?
I know Granny thought what she did back then was wrong. She felt really bad about it. But without that mistake, I would have never been born.
Wording.
And you're fine.
Even though Granny lost
Don't
her
worry about it.
memories, she never forgot to show me how much she loved me. So, I thought maybe one day I could become a cool adeptus like you and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Yeah, you know, I wonder if her son and if her son hadn't died, her dad, I wonder if he would have lived a long time.
Thank you so much, Madam Adeptus. No, I mean, Master.
There you go.
Xianyun, are you sure about this?
Paimon, I'm gonna eat you. I'm gonna eat you.
Paimon's gonna let you in
so
on a
far.
little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like chin-chin and violet grass.
Okay, this is funny. I'm gonna eat you though.
Stop threatening to defenestrate her.
I'm not gonna defenestrate her. I'm going to yeet her. There's a difference.
Is there?
Yes, one's through a window and one's just chucking.
Whoa! Through a window could be a short distance.
What do you...
If you join them, you'll never enjoy One-Min Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
Oh no.
How utterly preposterous. One has never enforced such a rule.
You need to cook better home-cooked meals.
Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment. So long as one retains a pureness of spirit, one's dietary proclivities are quite irrelevant.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Nah, she's moving.
Although Mount Aocang is rich in natural beauty, its location does preclude access to certain finer mortal comforts. That is precisely why one plans to relocate to Liyue Harbor. Xianyun shall have the honor of becoming one's first disciple in the human world.
That's awesome. And they
Whoa! You're
hinted
leaving
at
Mount Aocang?
they hinted at this like a year or two ago.
Is that why you took on this human form?
One has never concerned oneself with the location of one's residence. From the very beginning, one has sought only solace and peace. Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai, they all chose a life among the mortal world.
Might as well see what it's all about.
One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One can only assume that it is due to some failing on one's part as an elder or master. A failing, perhaps, of recognizing what it was they truly wanted. One is most curious as to what aspect of Liyue Harbor could have enticed them to remain there. One could hardly offer an opinion on the matter, but perhaps some time in the harbor will prove instructive. Why are you all so silent?
Paimon is, just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
I mean, we just did earlier, but I mean, I guess again.
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds oneself otherwise unoccupied, one would not be opposed to the idea. One will be assuming the identity of a human while residing in Liyue Harbor. You should take care to avoid disclosing one's true identity.
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret.
That's fine, just all the important people know you and respect you and treat you as their master.
So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
This banner.
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has some matters to see to before one's departure. Preparation is the key to success, after all. One plans to put up various items from one's collection for sale. The earnings should provide for a comfortable living in Liyue Harbor.
Yeah, probably.
One has already picked out a handsome property near Chuhu Rock. 'Tis no small purchase, but what is mortal life if not one expense after another?
Freaking true.
Seems like you've really thought of everything. Then how about we meet up in Liyue Harbor in 2 days?
A sensible plan. See you then. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnium mechanism as a souvenir? Anytime you should feel ill at ease in the future, you may try quieting your mind and sitting in meditation as you listen to its melodies. It might help you find a new perspective.
Awesome! Thanks, Cloud Retainer!
Oh my goodness. How the freak we fit in that in our pocket?
Like that.
What we found out? Should we make a trip to the Xianyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Wait, is that optional?
Maybe. Also, man, I think Farina needs to talk to Bird Mom for a while.
Yeah.
She needs a hug.
So, about your move to Liyue Harbor,
Oh,
you gonna
no.
tell the other Adepti about it?
I have left an explanatory note in my
never mind, it's
abode. Those 2 old fossils will discover it, I am sure, should they come seeking my company.
So maybe hinting at them becoming humans sometime in the
Considering
future?
their recent penchant for going off on private escapades, however, I find myself caring little for how they shall receive this news.
They leave her all alone? Fine. She's moving somewhere else.
Oh, hi there.
By the way, Xianyun, we have a friend who helped us learn a lot of information about your granny. Is it okay if we tell him the full story?
Sure, I don't think Granny would mind, as long as you don't tell a whole bunch of people. I don't think she'd want too many people to know. They might go to Mount Aocang and start bugging her about it. Granny needs to focus on her training, you know? But telling a friend or two is probably fine.
No worries, our friend can keep a secret.
Maybe.
He's gonna write about it in his next book.
It's gonna be secret, no one's gonna know. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows. Oh, man. Ain't that the truth? It says wait 2 days. What is that quest for?
It does say wait 2 days. Oh, that's this quest.
Okay, so we just need to fly down here and then...
But first, let's see if Waterboy is down here.
Because we finished the quest.
No, we have the 2-day thing.
Got it.
Oh, wait, crap. Where was the mark?
Comrade Guild is right there. I think that's it. That's where the boy was. Whee! Yep, there he is. Whoa, frame rate.
It's like, stop going! Okay.
We meet again, dear friends. How did everything go?
Great, and it's all thanks to you.
Ah, I see.
Dialogue.
So the stories didn't get it right after all. Even though she was a celebrated heroine, she had to bear a heavy burden that most could not hope to understand. Thank goodness for the help of that adeptus. At least she was able to recover what she had lost.
Indeed.
Although I cannot claim to know exactly how their story will unfold from here, I trust the ending will be a happy one. Those united in a common purpose always find a way back to each other in the end.
Aww.
Thank you for helping me fill in the gaps. And don't worry, I'll keep this all to myself. It's not my story to tell, after all.
That's some good words right there. Yeah, in all seriousness, what is this whole wait 2 days thing?
What's this?
What the freak? Okay, so she's just moving. We're gonna see it?
Yep.
Really now?
It's the day after tomorrow.
And even though it's the middle of the night.
But it doesn't matter. Because... So, how's your time traveling?
My time is traveling very fast. Actually, it's about up. Like so. No dialogue. Okay. No reminder from Paimon. Really?
That's a shocker.
She always has a reminder. What?
She always bugging me about something.
They want you to see like what house it is. Okay. It is right by the Adventurers Guild. What?
So it's just a little area back here, huh? Hello,
Hi. Hi.
Girlfriend of Alchemy Boy.
Your concerns
Forgot her
are
name. Scary
excessive and
perfume lady.
unfounded. This is but a simple collection of ordinary valuables. Such intense scrutiny is hardly necessary.
To be quite honest, your insistence on that fact is my primary cause for concern.
What?
In what way are any of these ordinary? Every single item here could be worth more than everything I own combined. I simply can't risk shelling out that kind of mora without proper scrutiny. If I'm wrong, I would never be able to earn it back, not even if I worked every single day for the rest of my life. I have to be careful. Yes, you can never be too careful.
What happened to you?
We're here, Clow. Miss Xianyun, what are you guys arguing about?
Ah, perfect timing. This ignoramus is questioning the authenticity of my wares.
What?
I'll have you know, these items have remained untouched in my personal collection for several hundred years. To question their legitimacy is pure folly.
Several hundred years?
Man, it's gonna take some time.
Indeed. They're family heirlooms, you see, passed down over many generations, as families are wont to do.
Yep, they've definitely been around a while. We can vouch for her on that one.
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of mora, I would scarcely have had the heart to part with them. Indeed, you should consider it an honor to even have the opportunity to behold them with your own eyes. Doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Man, she is a mother. Scary.
Yep.
Whoa, please don't go! I apologize for any insult, miss. You see, I know full well that I lack the knowledge to judge the true worth of these items.
Good.
If you could wait but a moment, I've hired an expert to appraise them for me. He should be here shortly.
Wow, whoever this voice
Expert,
actor
you
is.
say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
Awesome.
Master! Oh, it's you two again. Hello.
Oh, she's changed up her outfit.
Yeah.
Xianyun, you got a new outfit. It looks great on you.
She has a bow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Master made it for me. I like it too.
Huh? You know how to make clothes?
I mean, she's wearing some, isn't she?
Do I know how to make clothes? With the support of the proper mechanism, sewing is hardly a challenge.
Master, I brought in most of my stuff. There's a few boxes left, but they're kind of heavy, so I just left them outside.
Fret
Those are
not.
huge.
I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably sort through my stuff a bit first. Everything's kind of messy right now, so maybe you could not look yet, Master? Yeah, that'd be great.
Uh-huh.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned. When can we expect their arrival?
Soon. Ah, there he is.
Who is it?
Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli, a well-respected consultant at Wangshang Funeral Parlor and an expert in all manner of valuables and antiques.
Uh-huh. Hey.
Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who's looking to sell the collection of valuables I mentioned earlier.
You're gonna give them a good, fair price, right, Zhongli?
Huh.
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy both a stroll in the mountains and a fresh brew of tea from the most recent harvest. The experiences left me with such insight and peace.
Huh. So you two are already acquainted?
Indeed. How fortunate we are that fate has brought us together again. If you are otherwise unaware, allow me to inform you that Miss Xianyun is a well-regarded collector and appraiser. She is well-versed in all fields, and oft-celebrated for her impeccable taste. You stand to gain much from this opportunity.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail. I can say without a doubt that you are foremost in that regard.
Why, you flatter me, Miss Xianyun. It would seem that you are as self-effacing as ever.
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, I must ask, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship. Can I be certain that you're not working together to swindle me? I mean, you never know.
No,
you hired him, bro. What?
Oh, no, but honestly, that is a concern. If you hire an expert, they come in and they know the person that you're buying the stuff from. That would be an issue.
Well, I mean, at the same time,
as long
you
as,
hired them.
As long as he knows Zhongli's reputation, I think it would be fine, like, or whoever you were hiring. But in real life, I feel like if I was a buyer, I would probably look for someone else. I'd give them whatever fee I'd need to, and I'd be like, okay, we're gonna do this another day, probably.
Wow.
I'm serious, yeah, no, honestly. Because there's just too many issues and risks with that, yeah.
Huh! A preposterous accusation.
That facial.
The heavens themselves would collapse before we would conspire to do such a thing.
Yo, dude, that facial, like, emotion that she showed, she was genuinely shocked.
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust. If that proves to be beyond your capabilities in this instance, this transaction may be taken elsewhere.
In his defense, these two are lying about their identities.
Yep.
So, you know, there's always that. Young Lee.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the goods?
You.
Miss Xianyun, wait.
Second time, bro.
I deeply apologize for doubting you. So, Mr. Zhongli, could you please give me a final verdict on the value of these items?
Let's not make the guy go broke.
Make him go broke.
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take this mechanism, for instance. Though one may not immediately perceive its purpose, its structure and appearance are exquisite enough to merit it a place in any fine home. The same can be said for this one here. Few could hope to possess an item that so perfectly blends mechanical wonder with geometric grace. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of mechanisms is among the most wondrous arts in this world. With that in mind, I earnestly recommend procuring every last item in this collection.
All right. Since I hired you as my consultant, Mr. Zhongli, I shall, of course, trust your good opinion. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot. However, since the final sum is quite large, how about we start with an initial deposit through the Northland Bank?
The Northland Bank? Huh. Oh, you refer to the fiduciary house.
Fiduciary?
Oh, very well.
Fiduciary.
I fear people only use the term bank nowadays. In that case, I'll be off for now. I'll return to collect the goods once you've received the funds.
Was that really? Wait, I've never heard that word before in my life. Is that really the old term for bank?
I have no idea.
What? What the Snore?
I think that may be wrong.
Xiangli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
Who wrote snore, snore?
I have no idea.
We've been great! How about you? Paimon didn't know you were such a busy consultant.
I wasn't hearing things wrong, right? That was a deep sigh, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
My days have been quite pleasant as well. I had been quietly enjoying a cup of tea when Mr. Xiaozu requested my services.
Whoever was writing the subtitles was a little overworked and sleep deprived when writing that.
As for you, Miss Xianyun, I presume you must be looking to settle in the city?
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular epithet in further conversation.
Whatever for.
There's a chest there.
Am I not addressing you as a friend should?
Oh, what?
Well, that is
On that
true,
balcony back there.
Oh.
Alas, refer to me
Oh,
however
I do see
you
it.
will. After all, a name exists such that others may address you with it. One is hardly ignorant of that fact.
It would seem that you have gained many valuable insights over the years, Cloud Retainer.
One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has made up one's mind to move and settle, one has gained a much better appreciation of the hubbub and commotion of the city, as well as the people's hard work and ardor.
Man, take a sip of water every time she says one throughout this quest.
You'll drown.
You're gonna need to stop.
This city is much changed from how it was more than 1,000 years ago.
Yeah?
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people ebb and flow. From turmoil to peace, enlightenment to aspiration. Human society possesses limitless potential. In another 1,000 years, the scene we witness here may change in ways that are impossible for either of us to imagine.
Bro, it's crazy that how much the world has changed in the last 100 years. Like someone 100 years ago, if they could see what nowadays looks like, they would have been like, what the flip?
What went wrong?
To some degree, yes. And to other degrees, no. But like some people are. There are people who are like 101, 102 years old and everything. That's gotta be wild.
World has changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Alright, that's enough reflection for one day.
Change happens
No need to
quickly.
get all sentimental on us.
Boo.
You make a valid point, Paimon. Now that the sale has concluded, what say one plays the host as we try some specialty dishes together? One must profess great interest in trying bamboo shoot soup.
That sounds good.
Perhaps you have forgotten, Cloud Retainer, but I once tried my hand at that dish. You were at the table on that occasion, so logic dictates that you should have already tried it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe your cooking was,
subpar.
What occasion was this?
It was a reunion between friends several centuries ago. Alas, you must have been too preoccupied to secure yourself a portion. Or perhaps our other companions simply availed themselves of faster reflexes on that occasion.
Hardly. 'Twas most certainly out of consideration for the others in attendance. In but a moment, one will show you what it means to have a true deftness of hand. It is settled then. Bamboo shoot soup, mora meat, crab roe tofu, triple layered consommé. We shall enjoy the lot.
I just had.
Want to make me hungry?
I just had lunch and I'm hungry now.
One has already passed word to Shenhe and Ganyu to make a reservation. It is prime time for them to meet one's newest disciple. Is that agreeable to everyone?
They got a sister.
It should be a most splendid occasion.
Thank you.
Xianyun, come now, it is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
I would have loved to have seen her try to explain that. This is the, Never mind. Yeah, this is the Archon.
Nice to meet you too, Mr. Zhongli.
That should be everyone, right? Let's go!
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite. You know, 'cause it's super tempting and stuff. Is that true?
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain dishes can be too delicious to resist.
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon!
Why are you?
Also, please let me grab that chest.
Hey, wait up!
There's food to be had, Paimon. You don't understand.
And so it ends.
That was great. 10 out of freaking
Give me that
10.
chest.
Honestly, whoever miHoYo hired to write all the stuff so far in 4.0 and onward with Genshin, they need a raise, and don't lose them for 5.0. Please. Genuinely, whoever the writing team is, you guys are killing it.
But I'm very scared if I see that one guy show up in a Genshin.
Oh, the one dude that now has done Star Rail stuff. Yeah,
I
no.
see him. I'm like, oh, I heard.
And you haven't even played Impact Third. You don't even know what happens
All
in Impact
I heard
Third.
was the dread of everyone going, oh no, it's him. And me going, the who? Now I know why.
Okay, the only reason I know about Impact Third before anyone's like, wait, Josh spoiled? Here's the thing. Before we were content creators years ago, because Impact Third's been around 5 years now?
Something like that.
Something crazy like that. I used to see things and people talk about Impact Third before I even knew what miHoYo was. I was like, it's just another game company. I didn't realize at the time they were going to become the biggest game company in the entire world at that moment in time.
Yeah.
I just remember watching, because these channels don't exist anymore, but there used to be like the YouTube channels that would cover like free games and all that stuff. Impact Third was one of them. And I would always see stuff and I would just go like, wow, that looks cool. Never played it though. At the time, didn't have a PC to play it, so, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you know, I wasn't an adult. Whenever you're kind of young and everything and you're a kid, you don't just go like, man, I'm gonna drop
Don't you know gamers materialize computers in front
and
of
wealth? Yeah, no, I didn't have that power growing up and everything.
You don't just spawn in a PC.
No, I couldn't just spawn in an iPad. No, I didn't have that ability. No, that wasn't a thing.
Disgusting.
But yeah, I guess with that, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Cloud Retainer or Xianyun's Story Quest?
Cloud Retainer's Story Quest.
It was awesome. What'd you guys think of it? Let us know. Dan, what did you think?
I quite enjoyed it. I also really loved all just the little bits of Cloud Retainer talking about Shenhe and Ganyu.
That was really wholesome.
I just want to just sit down for like 30 minutes and talk and hear like baby stories from her.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
You know, I say this every year, but I love Liyue in this time of the year.
Kind of wish we got some celebrations of other countries.
Well, yeah, that would be cool. We do get celebrations. We've seen a few of them.
I know, but we skipped the flower festival.
Yeah, so
we skipped Nahida's birthday celebration, which canonically happens every year.
Yep.
We skipped it last year.
We'll probably get it eventually.
That's so sad.
Yeah, no, when we get Windbloom here and there, we get things like that. So we do get other festivals, but yeah, no. Well, it makes sense. It's a Chinese game, and of course, Genshin being like a flagship of China.
Next year, can we please celebrate Nahida's birthday at
That
the
would be
event?
nice. That would be
it
nice.
canonically happens.
When is that? Is it January?
whenever Nahida's birthday is.
I don't remember what
I don't
day it
remember
was.
either.
I think it was somewhere past September, but before February, I think.
Nahida deserves a happy birthday for once, okay?
I'm down for this. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, no, I hope we get that. And then I hope we also get other things as well. But yeah, no, Lantern Rite, absolutely gorgeous every year. So very nice. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys had fun. We love you all. And we will
be back.
We'll be back. We will be back. Seeing you, Lord willingly, in that next one. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.